All right, we got Ben Craig.
Good evening.
Fernando Pena.
What's cooking?
I'll let Ben do the Fernando announcement or
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Fernando Pena.
Good evening, guys.
How you guys doing?
Fantabulous. Ready to play some D&D.
So no Buttram tonight, right?
No butt ram.
No butt ram. Robbie Mack joining?
Nerds or geeks, Moonstruck. A little bit of both.
Oh yeah, I gotta pull up chat.
Stalker. New Moonstalker, sorry.
Hello, Moonstalker. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
And I'm going to bring chat up myself here in a second.
Ricky, I had put the Google Hangout in the Facebook group, but I just put it in the chat as well.
Okay.
So I don't know how many people we got out there watching. I don't have it all set up wonderfully yet. But
on YouTube?
Start off in a few. Oh, I know who Moonstalker is.
Friend of yours?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Do you want me to share on Twitter?
Yeah, go ahead. Most definitely. You got a lot more Twitter people than I do.
Yours?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Do you want me to share on? You forget to mute the video?
I have my video muted.
Mine's muted.
I thought that was Twink.
Try calling Ricky again on Hangouts. Ricky, if you're listening, you need to have your Chrome open, Hangouts ready, and as soon as he calls, it'll pop in the left-hand corner.
Yep. I will send him another link.
Sorry, I might have been through this a couple thousand times. Don't mind me, I'm working on a printer.
And I wonder. Hey, we got Ricky.
There it is.
Robbie should pop in as well. Hey, we got Ricky.
There it is.
Robbie should pop in as well.
Who's got the echo?
Oh, wait. I've got the YouTube video still. Sound on. Hold on.
I did the same thing. Don't worry. You're not alone.
Yeah. I did the same thing.
Okay.
Well. All right. Oh, we got 7 watching. So, hey.
Scary.
I know.
Luckily, I wore pants.
Have my Hangout ready. So, Twink, how do you like the backdrop?
Twink.
That's Moonstalker.
I know. I heard you earlier.
Okay.
I'm just being a turd.
You never.
No.
All right. Is Robbie still having a problem?
Hi.
Hey, monkey.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Hey, buddy.
With you must stay with Mim?
She might have to go up north tomorrow.
Okay. So go get your jammies on and hop in bed because we got to get up early for ice skating.
Come on.
I know you want. You know what? I'll tell you what. You can go take your cell phone and you can watch the YouTube video from your cell phone. Your cell phone. Bring me your cell phone. I'll show you how to find the video. Okay.
What
Joe,
video?
don't be mad. I didn't
I'm
look
live
at
on
the
the
book.
internet right now. Sweetie. The whole world can see you.
Hey,
Hey, we got Robbie.
what's going on, Mini Joe?
Uncle Twinkie says hi.
Hi, Uncle Twinkie.
Oh, this is Mini. This is Mini Mommy.
Ow.
Hi, Mini Mommy, Joe.
Rain.
Hi, Mini Joe, Mama.
Yes, I know, monkey. All right, love you. Good night.
Hey, Robbie Mac.
But come on.
That's bizarre. You are a spammer.
Should be totally charged.
Okay. I want to sleep in these
Who's
now.
a spammer? Me?
Joe is apparently a spammer because I went to look in Chrome in my Hangouts and I had to click invites to see if anyone tried calling, and it's marked it as spam,
Oh, wow.
What's it?
which I didn't even know Hangouts could do.
Yeah, it can. All right, so we got everybody here that's going to play tonight. I am gonna kind of do a little intro here. So anybody who knows, and obviously by the channel you should know, my name is Joe Paddock. The gentlemen that are in here is Robbie, Ricky, Fernando, and Ben. They will be my cannon fodder for tonight. We all met through the country club for 3D printing. Yep. Hashtag country club in the house. Props out to Walter. We get on Discord and we all talk with each other and everything else like that. And one of the things that we found was that we all had the interest of playing D&D together. So, or D&D in general, I should say, not necessarily together. I believe it was Robbie who made the suggestion, or Robbie or Ben had made the suggestion of, hey, why don't we do Google Hangout? So we kind of been trying to set this up. Tonight's session will be about getting the characters generated. We were going to have another guy, Ryan, on here. Ryan will join us if we do it again next week or one of the other weeks. That'll be another thing I'll talk about in a moment.
Are you streaming?
I am streaming.
Okay, I figured it was a little too formal.
So watch your language.
I just kind of want to let people know what's going on, so this way, if people wanted to, follow in later at a later date, or for that matter, just set it as a weekly thing to watch out or watch for. So, that's basically how this all started off. I want to thank all you guys for taking the time to play this evening, and thanks to your families as well for allowing you to. I don't know if
Don't you thank my wife?
yeah, I guess for me, yeah. Okay.
She's good. She wants to play. She just works tonight.
Right.
Yeah, have ice
Oh, she's working tonight. Yep.
Who? Mama?
No, his wife is working tonight. Okay, here. So that's the video. Give it a chance to start up.
My phone's ridiculous.
No, it's fine. There you go. So now you can go watch us. Off to bed. Jammies in bed.
Can
Love
I
you.
have these?
Yeah, there's mommy. Oh, and that's my daughter. Another thing that I just want to put out there for everybody. This is not going to be perfect. This is far from perfect D&D by the rule books and all that other kind of stuff. We're going to do the best we can. Learning as we go. Fernando's new to this. The other three have played in the past, but they haven't played recently. So we're going to have people come in and out throughout, whenever we play. So you're going to see new faces in here. It should be a good time. I want this to be fun, but I want it to kind of be, little bit family friendly, just a little bit. But that's all good. Let's see, what else do I want to? Thank you for Robbie for the nice, beautiful picture that I got in the background with the awesome 3D&D logo. And to add to that, it was suggested to me to start up a separate channel specifically for this. So next week's will be on a different channel. 3D D&D Maker is the name of the channel. Because I just made it today, I wasn't able to do broadcasting on it today. So that'll be next week and or any other time we play. I'll get that put into my YouTube as a separate channel, and I'll post it out there to everybody else. I'll try and do schedules out there, but this is going to kind of be a little bit informal. It's going to be basically who can play when and all that other good stuff. For those who do want to join us and play in the country club or anybody else, please be patient with me. I'm trying to get the handle on all this. It's the first time I've ever done a live stream on my own. So there's that. And it'll improve as we go along. We'll have additional cameras. We're going to try and do a whiteboard for the Fog of War. Pardon?
Your following pleasure.
Yes.
It's kind of hard to watch if we're just going back and forth face to face. We're like, I want to move through this door and punch this dude in the throat.
Exactly. Any questions you guys have? I guess pop them into the Discord.
Hello?
Do this.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or not the Discord. Pop them into the YouTube chat.
Coin challenge.
The guys will be watching.
I just got making steaks and I just put them in the microwave and I just sat down to start playing. Okay. Okay.
So the guys will be in here to answer questions as well. Yeah, rule books. Poof. Yeah. Moonstalker is, he's saying rule books. Yeah. Poof. Who needs rule? Yeah. Some dwarf tossing. I think we got a dwarf for tonight. So we'll see what kind of stuff we got going there. So with that, let's actually get rolling, guys.
I rolled.
So,
what am I rolling?
You're gonna roll your characters.
But I already rolled mine. Oh, I'm kidding. Oh, I didn't use the PDF. I gotta get that.
Yes, dear, the list is done. Yes, it is. So I've got my example of my character that I'm playing tomorrow with some of my other friends up here on the video. Probably should zoom in a little bit here for you guys. So just kind of, I don't know if you guys can see it. I know that I know you guys have already rolled some of your stuff. I saw Robbie's. If you want to share yours out, Robbie, we'll start with you because you're the first person on the left-hand side for me.
Yeah, forgive me. I'm eating a late supper because my son got home late from work. But
no problem. We can actually. I can let you eat, and I'll start with Ricky then.
Yeah, just let me get my stuff situated here for a second.
Yep. So
I don't have anything pulled up and ready.
So within the Hangout, you can screen share, and I'm going to lock on you.
Okay. Well, I gotta find where I put it. Because the only thing I've done so far is go through that app that you sent me.
Okay. Well, that's the whole idea. If you want, pull up that blank PDF, and we'll kind of walk you through it. Or do you guys think we should walk Fernando through his, and we'll give him?
We should probably do Fernando last so he can see how this is done, and then it'll be easier for him to understand what's going on.
Okay. Well, you know what, Ricky, while you're looking for that, what I'll do is I'll lock on me, and I'll kind of go through what I've got up here. So my character is a fighter, and with our group, we're starting off with level 2. With you guys, we're going to start off on level 1s. So I've got a fighter. I gave him a background of a soldier. And he's a half orc. So obviously with your class, you get certain attributes. With your race, you get certain attributes. That's all in the player's handbook. And I mean, I can pull that up and we can take a look at each one. So let's see here.
I'm ready to fill mine out if you want me to screen share.
Yeah, if you want, we'll go with we can go with you, Ben.
Okay, why won't it let me? Hold on, I got to figure out why it won't let me edit this.
I was having the same problem.
Sorry, I forgot. You got to make it a Google Doc to do that. So, okay.
You should be able to just pull it up in Adobe Reader.
Well, let me try that again.
It's
Oh,
editable.
it's going to Google Drive. I see what it's doing. Okay. Let's see if it'll let me modify.
That's weird. Your video on YouTube is coming through better than on the Hangouts.
Here we go.
It's much clearer. Yeah, that PDF, Twinkie, that PDF can be quite finicky.
I see Ron just went live. He's a role player.
All right. Let me go back. I'll just download it real quick.
All right.
And then I should be able to screen share it.
Not a problem.
And then,
Well, in the meantime, I'll go back to mine. And we will pull up the half orc. Flame, human.
why don't I forgot this isn't my old PC. I got to download Adobe PDF.
No problem. So as you can see here, and this is kind of more directed to Fernando, who's hiding. Oh, I can see the top of his head. So if you in the player's handbook, you'll see that they get attribute score increases to strength increases by 2, constitution increases by 1. So after you roll your initial attributes, when you select your race, you're going to be able to go into your race and see if there's any kind of attribute score increases. So Fernando, for example, the screenshot you sent earlier, all your attributes were set to 0. So
yeah, I didn't know where to set them. Yeah, so I just picked basically the background and character basically.
No, not a problem. Not a problem. No, just
I
trying
didn't
to
roll
help out.
for anything. I don't even know where any of those numbers came from.
So when you start off, when you make a new character on that application,
Okay.
that'll be one of the first things it says is attributes, and it allows you to select like simple attributes, and then those attributes will start out like I believe it. I think it's 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8, or something like that. So
Can I
then
restart it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, nice thing about that application is you can make as many characters as you want through it. Because the freebie version, I think, only lets you go up to level 5, but for now, that's fine. I'm not overly concerned about that. Who will roll the first one? My bet as to who will roll the first one is probably going to be Ben.
No. I'll be good.
Are we putting money on this?
All right. I got mine ready.
I'll take that.
You'll take that bet? So you're ready, Ben?
Yep.
All right. So we'll roll over to you there.
All right.
All right, Ben, you are locked on.
All right. Let me pull up one more thing. Just 'cause it's going to be easier for me.
Can you see this, Joe?
What's that, Fernando?
Can you see my screen?
Hold on, let me lock on you. All right. So yeah, so see, you should be able to have like a very top of the screen. If you scroll down, scroll to the top, it should give you the ability to go with the simple.
Okay, simple.
Yeah, go ahead and click simple.
Okay.
And then the simple should pull up, yeah, those numbers there. So now what you can do is move the numbers up and down. You're playing a rogue, right?
Yeah.
So dexterity, I believe dexterity and constitution are your friends as a rogue.
Okay, because I raised one that lowers the other ones.
Yes. Twinkie, you often play a rogue. I believe it's DexCon, I think. Let's see if he answers.
All right, Joe, whenever you're ready to go through it, I'm set.
All right. Let me get this real quick. Oh, so he says intelligence and dex. So you want to start off with high intelligence and then dexterity is your next highest. And then from there, it's kind of, I think it's either con or strength would be the next important, and then wisdom and then charisma. I don't think you have to be all that. Well, charisma, you might, depends on what kind of rogue you want to be. If you want to talk your way out of things, you're going to want that charisma a little bit higher. Maybe have your strength as lowest. So he says intelligence and dex for rogues is important for locks and traps. So, all right. So while we're while you're going through that, I am going to pull up Ben here. And okay, Ben, walk us through what you want to do here.
All right.
Well, often, just so you know, when I'm filling out my character sheet here, where it says strength there, often the little circle is where I put my strength number and I put my modifiers, which can be like +1, +2, 0 in the big numbers. And the reason that I typically do that is when you're playing and I ask you for a strength check, you're going to use those modifiers for your 20-sided dice when you go to roll them. So seeing the bigger number can be beneficial for you. It doesn't have to be that way. It's just that's the way I typically suggest it.
Yep. All right, so we'll make it pretty simple. I filled in my name, my class and level, my background. It'll let me type this time. There we go.
So really quick, Fernando, if you're watching the YouTube chat, Moonstalker, he's really good at playing rogues, so some of his suggestions might be helpful. And Twink, if you wanted to join in on the Hangouts, I could send you the link if you wanted to kind of talk through this, unless you rather just type it out. And then Fernando, if you want, just put a quick response in the chat so that he can direct his conversation directly at you. There you go. And Fernando, I'm going to make you moderator as well.
All right, well, moving on with mine. So inspiration at the moment, 0. And then, as you were saying, I have a modifier of +3. Strength, the score is 16. And I'll just go through based off what we're seeing here. And just go ahead and add those in. So +3, 15, 3, 15. And for anybody who's watching, yes, I got a ridiculous roll. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, just so you guys know, he did a graph chart for his rolls, which is a really cool way of doing it. So he I saw the graph chart. He actually did a legitimate way of doing it. Yes, it's stupid, ridiculous, but
I've never seen that done before, but yeah.
It works. I mean, it's a good way to get a fair set. A lot of times when I do that, I usually end up with 1 in the 8 or 9 range, whether I like it or not. I just got lucky last night, and I wasn't even the one writing the crap down. All right, so there we got that. Saving throws, strength +3. This is all you're going to do is just go through and add all this stuff in based on your app. I mean, in reality, I'll probably be using my app more than I'll be using this, but
yeah, I believe Robbie also found a decent website for character generation too. Did Robbie drop out? Oh no, he's just got his guy.
Did I drop out? No, I'm still here. No. I'm waiting my turn.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, it was like Orc Pub 2 or something like that. It was an easy way of developing the character and changing stuff.
Yep. Cool. So as you can see here, Fernando, I don't know if you're following along. So see how Ben's got his picture of that app up there. Now he got some incredible rolls when he was doing this. So yeah. So you can see like he did the
go back.
Like the scores, he had the 16, and then anytime. So the way it works in the book, you'll see that like an 8 gives you a -1. I believe a 9 gives you a -1. A 10 gives you a 0. I think 11 gives you a 0. 12, 13 are +1s. 14, 15 are +2s, and 16 and higher are +3s, I believe. But I mean, you'll see that in there. The software will automatically generate that stuff for you. But you see how these affect your armor class, your proficiencies, your hit points. So that's why putting them into certain slots, Fernando, will make your character better for the things you want him to do.
Do you want me to move on to the next part so he can see what you're talking about?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. So now we're into our acrobatics, athletics, all this stuff. So this is important depending on what you're doing, Fernando. So say you want to leap over a table and rabbit punch somebody in the nose. Well, that'll be up to the DM, but typically that's going to be an athletics or an acrobatics. So having the +3 to your roll will be nice, especially if you roll a 13 and you need a 16. You'll get that +3 to hit that 16.
Or say you were a female dwarf and you wanted to do a triple Lindy on a stripper pole.
I really
Help
want
to
see a
have
triple Lindy.
dexterity as well.
I want to see a dwarf bard do a triple Lindy off the stripper pole.
I so want to see that too. I want to see the rolls, is what I want to see.
So
Tries
are
to-
we using so when it's my turn, do I just choose whatever the app gave me, or am I rolling for it?
You're supposed to roll for it. Did you see my grid?
Yeah, I did, but I have no idea what that means.
Okay, so what you do is you take.
No. So hold on, Ben. So for him, he can use in the app has the ability to have the standard, or you can roll with inside the app.
Yeah, you can roll inside the app, and you can roll. Typically, if I'm doing it that way, what I'll do is I'll roll until I get two 16 or higher and make do with what I get.
Yeah. So my suggestion for you, Fernando, to start out with is just go with the standard or simple, which is going to be the 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8, I believe, is the standard. And that's the one that you had pulled up and showed up on the screen. I think that's going to be simplest for you for the moment. And then when we go to build more characters and we can have private sessions, for building characters and stuff like that, or we can even do public sessions. It's fine either way. We'll all be able to help kind of. And the cool thing is when you build additional characters, Moonstalker here, he builds characters often, and he really enjoys building characters, so he gets good practice with it. So when you build them, you get a good practice with it. It gives you the ability to kind of go through and tweak how you make your character, I guess is the best way to put it.
Try not to worry about it too much because he's just going to kill us off anyway.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me see that again, Fernando.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll send you the screenshot because I think it shows up backwards on.
No,
right?
it shows up backwards on your end, but it shows up proper to me.
Oh, okay.
So if you go ahead and pop that up there real quick, we'll take a quick look. All right. So intelligence 15, dexterity 14, strength 14, wisdom 8, charisma 12, and constitution 13. That's actually really good. I think that's pretty good for a rogue. What do you think, Moonstalker? I think those are pretty good numbers. Yeah, 30 years of playing. Yeah. So just so you guys know, Moonstalker and I've known each other since like second grade. And so we grew up together for a long time, and we played a lot of D&D with each other.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Darn it, Joe. What was the other language I was going to go with?
You said angelic.
Oh, that's the one I'm missing.
Infernal and common. Okay, yeah, you already got them up there. So, Fernando, when Ben, if you scroll back to the page to the left with all your on your app.
Okay.
There.
So here, so where he's got like all these attributes and stuff like this is going to be so. You could see in how the green is highlighted on Arcana, History, Investigation, and Religion. Those are things he took as specialties for his Tiefling race and his Warlock class. So
Yeah,
he was able to.
I believe it's Arcana and History are the Tiefling class, and Investigation and Religion I took with it.
Yeah.
That came from experience. To be honest,
So,
a lot of people don't usually choose those.
So Ben, I've got a really good idea because I like this. I didn't even think about doing a screenshot of this of the phone app. That's really cool that you got that. How about you start off a new character? Let's start off a character and do a rogue for Fernando.
By the way, it's not a screenshot. I'm actually on my phone.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Go ahead there, click that, and then new character on the bottom.
Okay, he wants to be.
So he wants to be a. Now, what's your race, Fernando?
My race is. Good question. I am a variant because I was a half elf, half elf, and a variant. I don't know what that means, but that's what I picked.
Okay, so
Are we doing? You want to do sub races yet?
no sub races left. Let's just leave it half elf, half elf.
Okay, and he wants to be a rogue.
Yep.
Are you watching this for Fernando?
Yeah.
Can you see this? Okay.
And
And
then
then your
what
background. What did you choose for your background?
A mercenary veteran.
Nice.
that's a good one to have for a rogue.
Yes.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to bow off.
Okay,
All right,
I'm not
Ricky. No, feel better, man.
Thanks.
Yep. Just if you want, just keep us watching, and
Yeah, if I get to feeling better before you guys get to anything crucial, I'll come back. But
okay.
I keep stepping away, and I keep stepping away because I'm puking my guts out.
you go feel better.
Good
That's,
kidney stones, man. Go get it taken care of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
buddy.
go feel better. That's more important.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to hang in there, but I'm just I can't be that tough.
No.
We'll always be here, buddy.
All right.
Well, it's good. You're good. So, all right. So now, so Fernando, so here, you have the ability to select skills. So you get to select 2 skills that are going to, give you additional. So you see on Ben's page here, like all his skills there. So what happens?
Lock it on there? Oh, wait a minute. I can do it here. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So, so like this, what those skills do is, yes, exactly, Twink. Your health comes first. So what the skills do is those give you additional points. So like, if you tell me you want to sneak up on somebody and see how he's got a +3 in stealth, I'll tell you to roll your 20 and your 20-sided dice, and then you get to add 3 more points to that stealth check. So for like a rogue, you're going to want to be sneaky and all that kind of stuff. Depending on what kind of rogue you want to play. Often when people play rogues, they try and be sneaky. So you're going to want to put one of your skill checks into stealth, or not skill checks, but skill additions into stealth. From there, it's a debate on whether you go with athletics or acrobatics. You can also go, if you want to be an intimidating rogue, you could do that. If you want to have a lot of.
I think the stealth.
Athletics is strength, acrobatics is dex. So
Right.
you want to be
Acrobatic.
powerful, or do you want to be quick?
Acrobatic.
Okay.
And stealth.
So now, yep. All right. So now here's where we were talking before. So go ahead and click simple, or
You want to do simple, or do you want to roll?
simple for him, just to start out with. So now, yep, you take your, now Twink was suggesting intelligence is the highest, and I believe that's what he did.
Yeah, I had intelligence as the highest, and then dexterity second.
Okay, then what did you do after that?
Then I had hold on, forgot. I forgot.
So now, one of the things to also look at here on this page, you'll see you have a racial stats bonus, a +2 to charisma already, and you get to put a +1 into one of those other ones. So you can kind of play a game here where your charisma, you've already get a +2 automatically.
+1 to 2 of the other ones.
Yeah, that puts you at 10. So like if you wanted, you could take your charisma up to 10. That gives you a 12.
I did that, and then I added another one on the bottom for charisma. No, Constitution.
Okay, so Constitution. So there you go. And then you get one other one that you can add to, and You could add it to, like, say, Dex.
Okay.
You know,
You don't have to. This is more of an example.
yeah, this is just an example. So we're just trying to show you, you know, this, you know, about your attributes. Now you get to pick additional skills. Now,
And here I picked. I think you can pick 4 skills. It gave me the opportunity. I did sleight of hand. I did perception. Insight. I didn't do deception. I did. And what was it? I did acrobatics. Not acrobatics. Excuse me. Investigation. I think instead of deception.
so so the difference there, and do what you want to do. You know, this is about your character. You make it the way you want. So
I just did what I picked. I don't know any better.
So deception is going to be you trying to talk your way out of somebody, like, say you pickpocketed somebody,
And they caught you.
and they caught you. Deception is going to be you're able to talk your way out of it. Where investigation is going to be really good for say you're trying to track somebody. So if your rogue is kind of like a bounty hunter, you know, in a way, investigation is pretty good. You might want to drop insight and go with investigation or something. I forget what insight is. I'd have to look that up.
It's the ability to know something
Before it happens. That's what I read into it.
Yeah, kind of like it's not really knowing it before it's going to happen, but having that instant feeling of
That gut feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so this is the, you know, this is obviously this is the way that that Ben would go on his rogue. So,
I'm a dirty turd, so
yeah, you are a dirty turd.
I'd be the one robbing everybody.
All right, so go ahead and click next.
Yes, sir. You got it, boss.
Huh?
Greg got weird.
Now here's expertise,
Yes,
double proficiencies. So, so this is because of the whole elf, because of the rogue. So rogue is got some really cool stuff. I always gotta say, rogues are really, you know, they're good.
I picked thief tools.
Thieves tools. Okay.
All right, what are we doing?
But I don't know if that's good or not. But I picked that one up, and then I picked acrobatics. I think it was.
So what thieves tools are going to give you the ability to do is it's going to give you the ability to pick locks better. So you're going to have a better ability. You know, you're going to have a proficiency in picking locks type thing. Acrobatics is going to be, again, like that example I gave on Wednesday night of, you know, hey, I'm going to stand up on my chair, put my foot on the back of it, vault over the table while grabbing onto the chandelier and swinging over and kicking the orc in the face. You know, that's where acrobatics is going to, and so when you go to roll that check, you're going to get a really good, you know, you're going to have a lot better ability to be able to make that kind of leap. So, you know, it's really what you want to be. Now, if you wanted to be somebody who's super stealthy, you know, you'd throw it into stealth. Again, you want to be able to really talk your way out of things. Deception. So this is one of those things where I agree with you on picking the thieves tools. Acrobatics, you know, that just gives you better dex checks or acrobatic checks.
And you're already really high dex, so it's going to take very, very few chances to miss.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think you could take it out of that and probably go with perception or sleight of hand or even stealth.
Okay, let's do stealth. Thieves tools and stealth, I guess.
Yeah, because if you're stealth and say we're in a party, and because I have dark vision, so say I can see somebody across the dark room, you know, if they don't see us, depending on what the dungeon master says, your stealth can be sneaking up and stabbing them in the throat before they can say a word or alert somebody else.
Yeah, we've got one of my players. Kyla, or well, the character's name is Kylus, and Kylus has a very, very high stealth. And every time I turn around, he's running over, two-handed, daggers, stabbing these guys in the back, being able to disengage without them even knowing that he stabbed them in the back and run away. And he constantly hits for like high damage, and he's like totally like messing up my monsters whenever he does this kind of stuff. So if you're one of those things where you want to be super sneaky, stealth is a good thing to put into those. How do you want to play your rogue? I guess is the better question.
I do want him to be sneaky. I do want him to be able to basically sneak around, pick locks, be nimble enough to jump around and move around a lot easier, I guess.
Okay, so that's
one on there.
Yeah, so picking stealth and thieving tools like that's a good way to go. So I don't know if you're putting in a new one right now, Fernando, but
I would be.
No, I haven't done it here. Should I do it? Should I follow along on the app or?
It doesn't
go ahead.
hurt. I mean, but if you understand what's going on, it's going to make it easier. Because once I'm done with this, my character sheet's done because I haven't done my my real attacks yet because I haven't gone through the spell book because I'm lazy.
Did we lose Ricky?
Yeah, Ricky's not feeling well, so he bowed out. Yeah, he bowed out for a little while.
Sorry, the dogs were going nuts, so I missed a bit there.
So you were saying, Ben, that I should follow on my phone, or?
Yeah, you can follow on your phone if you want. I mean, you pretty much know what's been going on from the beginning.
Yeah. So I mean, can we just follow? Can we just do yours, or because I think I'm going to screw it up if I try to do it now.
Well, you can do mine. That's fine, and then I'll just send you all the attributes.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because so here's the thing: is Fernando is like I said, making as many characters you can. That's a great way to go. And you can make as many characters, like I said, on that app as possible. So that's a really good, it's really good to kind of practice out. If you have time. I mean, you got a busy schedule and a busy life there, buddy. So, we want to make this as fun as possible.
Oh yeah.
I know it's kind of a little bit tedious and boring right now. A lot of times when you build your characters, you build them before you even play. Poor Robbie's probably sitting over there going, "Come on, guys, I want to play."
Yeah, I mean, I'm all into character building, but yeah, it's all about the play. Character building is totally cool though. If you know what you want, you got lots of experience, and you wanna come up with like the perfect freaking character. Yeah, it's totally something to get into.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you said last time, once I play with this one, since we're doing short games.
Yeah, and
see what if I don't like something on it, I can do something different for the next one.
Yeah, and like Moonstalker just said there too, trying different builds and classes and races helps you find what you like in your character. Okay. For example, I've got a fighter that I'm playing in one session right now, and I don't like him at all. This new fighter I rolled, I'm hoping that he's much better. Fighters are tanks. Sometimes they do a lot of damage. Sometimes they take a lot of damage. So
sometimes they're just jerks.
Well, there's that too. Flaming butt farts.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I mean, I've played a lot. I've never ever played a bard, and I picked a bard this time around because I'm like, I have nothing to lose, so just have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Fernando, you feel pretty good about the ability stuff so far through?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so now here's where you're on this next one. Here's where your hit points are. So hit points, you could go max, you could go average, or you can roll. I would suggest kind of doing a roll. So this way, that one kind of is a little bit, equals you out.
There we go.
Oh gosh. Yeah, bards are fun support classes. They can do some really cool stuff.
I think that's a good roll right there, 10.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Or you could just go max to 11.
I'll go with that.
Max or 10?
10. Keep it realistic. So now here's where some of your philosophy in fighting comes in. So a rapier or a short sword. Rapier is going to be a quicker
Pierce.
quicker weapon, where a short sword is probably going to do more damage.
I do the rapier.
Okay.
Now you also have the ability to select going with a short bow or going with a short sword, and this way you've got 2 swords.
Is 5e kind of similar as past editions where, if he has the element of surprise, he gets to do better chance of hitting and more damage and stuff?
Yeah, so if you surprise them, I was telling Ben about this earlier. In 5e they have what's called advantage and disadvantage. And what it does is when you go to roll your 20 dice, 20-sided dice, you have because you have that surprise attack, you now have what's called advantage. And what you do is you roll 2 20-sided dice and you take the better of the 2 rolls.
Okay.
Now, vice versa, if you're in disadvantage, and if I tell you, you're at disadvantage, you roll 2 20-sided dice and you take the lower of the 2. So.
Yeah, Moonstalker brought up a good point, where you have ranged weapons and dexterity-based weapons versus strength-based weapons, too.
Right. So your rapier is going to be a dex-type weapon, where your short sword is going to be more of a strength-type weapon.
So should I take the rapier and then the arrows, the short bow?
I would say yes, because of what you said as far as how you want to play. Because you want to play sneaky, you're going to want to have that short bow for some long range attacks, so that you're kind of. An example would be, all right, I want to pull out my short bow. I want to stand just around the corner of this tree, take a shot, and then get back behind the tree.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like he wants to play a little bit of like an assassin type dude where nobody ever sees it coming.
Yeah, that's
right.
Kind of pushing some of the setups because this will make it perfect, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And then select the Burglar's Pack, Dungeoneering Pack, or Explorer's Pack. With what you're talking about wanting to do, I would suggest the Burglar's Pack.
Burglar's Pack, yeah.
And also,
that's going to give you your lock picks and stuff like that.
Well, he's also got the thieves tools as well.
The what?
He's got what?
He gets the thieves tools as well.
Right.
And then the daggers can be used as melee or throwing.
Yeah. Well, before, when you select thieves tools, that gave you a proficiency to use the thieves tools. So that gave you the ability to use those thieving tools better.
Now I have them, right? Because I selected them in the Burglar's Pack.
Yeah, they'll be. It's part of your equipment, so you have the thieves tools.
Yep. And then, like Moonstalker just said here, assassins can dual wield later.
Oh yeah.
So,
dual
for
wield
example,
daggers.
I think it's like level 2 or 3, or I think it might be 3. You can get dual wield. So basically, you can run 2 daggers, and you get 2 attacks.
It's sick.
Oh, I get the thieves tools for being a rogue right off the bat.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
So is there an advantage to doing the Burglar's Pack, or should I take a different pack?
Burglar's Pack's going to have some of the dispensable tools that the thieves tool you'll run out of quick.
Okay.
Like lock picks and stuff like that. That just gives you a little bit extra in the beginning. You don't have to spend your money on.
Okay.
In reality, a Dungeoneer's Pack usually, in my opinion, Joe, you can chime in on this too. The Dungeoneer's Pack and the Explorer's Pack, we typically stuck those with the Explorer's Pack. We left them with the Bards because Bards are inherently explorers. And then the Dungeoneer's Pack, we leave that with the tank.
Yeah, the Dungeoneering pack often has got like your ropes, your it's going to have your ropes in it. It's going to have your torches in it, and stuff like that.
Well,
You ain't gonna live long enough to use half the stuff in that pack, so don't worry about it.
Ooh, you rolled a 1 on a lot. Neat. Anyway, so this is good.
good.
Finish creation. Done.
Sweet.
What do you want? What's your name?
Shadow FTW.
Oh, what?
FTW.
Okay, so a burglar's pack consists of a bag of 1,000 ball bearings,
Yep.
10 feet of string, a bell, 5 candles, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 potions? Poison.
What song?
I need
Fish.
to. I need to make it bigger.
That's what she said.
10
Ouch.
pittons. 10 pittons. What's a pitton? Pitons.
Coins.
Oh, okay. A hooded lantern, 2 flasks of oil, 5 days of rations, a tinder box, and a water skin. The pack also has 50 feet of hemp rope strapped to the side of it.
Hemp.
Hippie.
Smoking that rope later.
Rope smoking hippie.
So now a dungeoneering pack has a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pittons, 10 torches, a tinder box, 10 days of rations, a water skin, and
I thought he
50
said
feet of
pittance. Like a pittance, like the coins from the ancient times. No, you're right. A pitton is for climbing. A python.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's python.
Python. Right.
Like crampons or something?
And then Explorer pack has a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinder box, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, and a water skin, and it's 50 feet of hemp rope. So
Wow, you can really
I don't
smoke.
have like shit.
pitton is for climbing. It's an anchor. Okay. Thank you, Stalker.
I'm on a basket.
Oh,
Hey, we got 3D Maker kids in here, guys.
Hey,
3D
3D Maker Kid. Bennett, right?
Yeah, that's Bennett. Hi, hey Bennett. Isn't it past your bedtime, boy?
I don't have my chat up because I just went back to see what all the equipment was.
it's Friday, Joe.
Yeah, it's Friday. I know, but come on,
Hang
Bennett's a cool kid. I gotta tease him. So okay.
So Fernando,
So,
I will screenshot this and send it to you so you can fill out your character sheet.
Actually,
Awesome,
you
man.
can
Thank you.
export it. You can export it and send it to him too.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
you should
yeah.
be able to just save it as a PDF or something, right?
It saves it.
The Google Drive.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
doing
to
it
Google
now.
Drive. So you just have to share out your Google Drive to him to pick it up from. And then all he's got to do is copy it, put it in his Google Drive, and import it.
sweet.
I'm guessing, Fernando, that being a tech guy or technical guy, you have at least a Gmail account. Well, you got a Gmail account. Of course you do, because I sent you an email or an invite to this.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
So Maker Kid's currently in a tent. So he
He's
must be
pitching a
either
tent?
camping or hanging out in the backyard.
You scouting, Maker Kid? Or just hanging out in the backyard? It's kind of early for a spring camporee. You'll be getting a late summer camp in. Or, I'm sorry, fall camporee.
All right, so we're done with mine for now.
Got it. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
You're welcome.
Yep. So now let's finish off the rest of your character here, Ben.
Okay, what do you want to do?
All right, so you've got your hit points in there. You put all your tiefling features in there. Did you add? Let's see. Okay, you got your sage features are in there. Your warlock features are in there. Okay. Weapon. You're still working on your weapon.
Yeah, well, the weapons I have, I just don't have the spells.
Okay.
But that's because I just got to bring up the spell book again and go through.
I gotta look this up because I always mess it up because we need to kind of work through this right now too. Unless Moonstalker wants to chime in. Passive wisdom.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was, so I just left it alone.
I remember passive wisdom is your wisdom, your base wisdom. But let's see. So, for example, I always screw up passive wisdom. I hate it because there's nothing that really does it automatically. Yeah, Robbie breaking his filter.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so passive wisdom is a special kind of ability check that doesn't improve your die rolls. Let's just check it out. Let's see. 10 plus all modifiers that normally apply to the check. If a character has advantage in the check, add 5 for disadvantage. 5. Game versus total score.
Ben, your mic's like flipping a lot.
Somebody's mic. That's Ben's mic. For example,
Yeah, keeps popping up. Sounds like he's underwater or something.
yeah, it does. Sounds like
Is that me?
yeah.
It's Ben.
Ben's got some kind of. I'm watching his bars pop up. Okay, maybe it's not Ben.
Oh yeah, the minute Fernando just muted it. Weird.
I didn't think it was me.
No, your bars kept popping up.
My bar's popping up through my printer.
Speaking of
But you should stop here now.
wow, that's kind of a mess.
I was picking up whatever the weird sound that's coming in from Fernando is.
That's weird because Fernando's muted. Okay, so your passive perception. The game refers to passage as check as a total score. For example, first one has a wisdom of 15 and a proficiency in perception. Here she has a passive wisdom perception score of 14. Rules on hiding. Man, I hate passive perception because I'm never going to remember how to do it. I thought it was always what your base wisdom is without any modifiers.
I'm sorry. Oh, I changed out.
So it's 10 plus your wisdom modifier. So yours would be passive perception of 13.
It'd be 13.
Yeah.
Passive plus.
It's 10 plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, okay. I would say if it was my base wisdom plus my modifier, that's 20. Ain't right.
No. Sorry, guys. That was probably disgusting because I sneezed right in my shirt.
There you sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. I did that right on public camera. That's wonderful.
I haven't looked to see what my deity is yet. Otherwise, I would have told you my deity blesses you.
All right. So, is Fernando's screen locked or did he fall asleep?
No, he's still on.
I know he's still on.
He's just taking a nap.
He hadn't moved.
I was trying to log in to get the thing.
Yeah, that has been.
What?
So, like, I'm watching Hangouts, and it's constantly bouncing back to you.
Yeah, the audio was going wonky again.
Well, like I said, I'm just printing, and it hasn't phased it before, so I don't know what's going on.
Different days of the week, different things that it acts on. All right, so you got your quarterstaff, your crossbow, your dagger in there.
Yeah, but we're on spells.
Yeah, so now one of the other things you don't have to do right now, if you don't, because I'm not worried about it at the moment, is personality trait, skills, bonds.
Oh, I got to roll those.
Yeah, you can pick those out of the player's handbook. If you do a search on personality traits, I also have a good web page on those if you're interested at all. Okay, somebody's got a lot of echo going on.
Ben, are you using headphones?
No.
Okay, I figured as much. We're getting a lot of echo.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Sounded it. I don't know until Joe talks.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Still a little bit of echo.
Still a little bit. But it's not as bad as it was. But I do have some pages on picking out, helping you pick, or not helping you pick out personality traits, but it gives you ideas. So let's see if I can find it here. What are you printing, man?
Robbie, it's showing it on you.
My mic's muted. But you're right, I do see green bars showing up.
Yeah, because I switched to
Give me a second. Oh, you know what? Give me a second. I wonder if my mic is on the webcam instead of my headset, which is directly underneath one of my unders.
All right, so I'm adding. Let's see, I'll add it to.
Okay, yes, it was. It was using the webcam as a default microphone. Sorry, guys.
Oh, well, that's a big difference. You sound quite a bit different.
All right, I'm going to test mine real quick to see if it's going to bother you guys, because then I can shut my phone off.
Is that a big deal?
It sounds different. Try again.
You can probably hear my printer squeal on my Z motor's going crazy.
No, you're actually echoing between the two. Like you have two microphones going.
Because I did.
Oh,
That better?
that's better. All right, so in the Facebook group, guys, I put in there a web link to personality traits and backgrounds. That web page also has bonds and flaws in there as well.
Right.
And I've got it on the announcements, the first post that you'll see in the group under comments on that reference page. So personality traits, they're neat in the fact that they give you kind of like a like what you want to be in life or type thing. Like for example, Fernando picked where is it here? What did he pick? He picked merchant.
Mercenary? Was it?
Merchantary? Like half mercenary, half merchant? Merchantary?
No, I think it was a mercenary veteran. I think it was.
So that doesn't have that in there.
Merciless veterinarian?
Oh, you know what? No, that was the background. I think it was mercenary veteran. I don't think I picked a personality trait.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the options were for personality.
Let's see. So mercenary.
It's like 120 in the player's handbook.
Yeah,
D8.
mercenary. So mercenary veteran. Mercenary veteran. They give you skill proficiency in athletics and persuasion. Jesus Christ, I hate ads. Tool proficiencies, one type of gaming set or vehicle, land, which kind of weird. I don't know where you'd have a vehicle in this. Equipment, uniform, or your company traveler clothes, insignia, rank. But then that kind of gives you, so the mercenary veteran, that kind of gives you the ability to say, kind of look as to what kind of background he's going to have. And you can use like a soldier's background as far as personality traits you can roll for would be I'm always polite and respectful, or I have a crude sense of humor. I could stare down a hellhound without flinching. So you can kind of, go through that and kind of personalize your character a little bit to kind of say how
Backstory.
he react to a situation.
Okay.
So to Moonstalker, he likes to play a trickster a lot of times, somebody who's always instigating and stuff like that. So for him, in this scenario, he'd be like he'd be that one that says I have a crude sense of humor. He wouldn't be the one that says I'm full of inspiration and cautionary tales from a military experience relevant to most every combat situation. He wouldn't pick something like that. So because his characters are fun loving, so that they wouldn't have something like that. So you kind of that there. It's not a must in your character. It just helps when you go to role play your character so that you can kind of have a guideline on how your guy's going to act.
Okay.
So that's how, same thing with ideals. Your ideals could be, a bunch of different things, greater good, live and let live, my nation, my city, my nation are the people that are all that matter. And then you have, bonds and flaws, like, flaws. I obey the law, even though if the law causes misery, type thing. So when you're playing your character, you want to keep that kind of stuff in mind. That hey,
Okay.
and it makes it fun, to do that kind of stuff and put that kind of stuff in there, and then like so then you'll see here Ben has other proficiencies in languages, so that's also going to be on your in that application. So another proficiency like light armor, he's proficient in light armor, so that means he knows how to use light armor really well. But if you were to put heavy armor on him, he'd be at a disadvantage.
Okay. Is there a limit of what you can put in these categories or no?
There's not really a limit. There is a limit to your equipment because your equipment is going to be based on how much the item weighs compared to how much you can carry, like what kind of load you can carry. But as far as proficiencies in languages, no. Your kind of goal is to try and gain a lot more proficiencies so that you're better at things. So when you're making your rolls, you get bonuses. So you get plus, so you roll a 20, oh, hey, I got proficiency in, stealth. So I'm going to get a +6 to my stealth. So I'm going to roll a 12, but guess what? I rolled a 12 and I get a +6. Now I got an 18. Screw you, Dungeon Master. I just passed your stealth check. It's that kind of stuff that kind of helps when you're tweaking your character out. So that's where it kind of makes it interesting there. So are you filling out that PDF at all, Fernando?
I'm trying to log in. I was having trouble logging in. That's what I was trying to do, so I can get it from the Google Drive.
Okay.
I may have to do it on my laptop, but I don't have the app there, so I probably gotta try and see how I can load the app onto the laptop and then put it in the Google Drive or vice versa.
So the easiest way to do it would be on your laptop, open up Chrome, go to Facebook, click on his link, copy that file, his Google Drive to your Google Drive, and then the app on your phone can open up that file from your Google Drive on your phone.
Okay.
That would be the easiest way to do that. So I guess the big thing right now is how are you feeling about character generation? Are you overwhelmed?
I got to play with the app a little bit more, and like you said, get the backstory, the other proficiencies, you know, the ideals and bonds, flaws, all that. Get all that filled out, which I think is going to be interesting to do. Now here, which I can work on the weekend and get all that going. So I'm looking forward to actually looking into more of that. And you did send us a manual, right, on the thing in the messenger.
Yeah, I'm gonna also put it up as a file in the Facebook group as well.
And I think the app will actually give me a little bit more direction also as I'm playing through it.
Right.
I did find my my dice.
Woohoo!
Nice.
I got two. I need two sets, right, or just one?
No, you need like 100 sets because they all suck.
Yep, you're going to end up throwing half of them.
Oh, Fernando, you know, the last time we played in early September, I think I tried 7 different 20-sided dice because I just kept on rolling like crap, and it was one of those things. I got to a point where I was like, you know what? It's not the dice, it's me. And then we actually figured out it was the surface that I was rolling on. I was rolling on a plastic table, and when I switched over to rolling on my book, my rolls got, you know, a little bit better.
Cool. I gotta make a little roll tower. So are we gonna be physically rolling, or are we gonna be doing the online rolling?
Whatever you want.
I'm gonna go with the honor system, and I'm gonna trust you guys to be nice on your rolls. So you know, you want to roll on your desk, or if you want to roll on the website, I'm gonna leave it up to you.
Okay.
Joe, I can't remember. Do I get 1 cantrip or 2?
You get 2 cantrips.
And 2 spells, but I can only use 1.
2 spells, you can only memorize 1 at a time.
I can only use 1 per instance.
Well, 1 per long rest.
Gotcha.
So, like, if he was to use his spell, he would have to do a long rest before he can use his spell again. So, because this is a public broadcast, I'm gonna go on the limb and say, buy your player's handbook.
Yes. Buy your officially player's handbook by can we even mention her name?
Yeah. The WOTC. There you go.
There you go. That'll work too.
Yeah.
Buy this one right here. It looks just like this. Everybody should have one.
Yep. Go ahead and pop it up there again, Robbie.
Oh, sorry. Like that right there. Player's Handbook, 5th edition. Tell you everything you need to know.
Great.
Oh wait, this is 3rd edition.
Not with that. Not with that. With
I love you guys.
Cover.
Mine's gonna be fast and easy.
Yeah. I'm gonna lock on you. So just so you know, that backdrop that Robbie's got here for me, Fernando, that is actually the cover of the Player's Handbook, with the exception of the awesomely beautiful.
3D.
I just stole the D&D. I just added the 3 to it. That's all I did. I didn't do crap.
And that looks pretty cool.
I made it parchment is all.
That's pretty. I love it. It looks great to me.
Badass.
Yeah, I think it fits it fits in there like a glove.
Oh, I'm showing chat also. Let me fix that.
So and Robbie, if you don't mind, I'm going to use that as my YouTube handle.
It doesn't matter. Oh, if you just want 3D&D, let me know and I'll shoot you over something.
Yeah. Oh, so I had to for
YouTube.
Yeah, for YouTube I had to do 3D&D maker, and I had to use the letter N instead of ampersand, just because of how YouTube does the stuff. They require you to have more than 6 letters.
Oh.
So that's why I threw the maker in there. But it's 3D&D maker is the YouTube handle now. So
Okay.
so, but yeah, yeah, that's cool. We can talk about some of that too. That'll be really cool. I have the YouTube channel up. It's just I couldn't stream from it for tonight. So next time we'll stream from it. All right. So now we have Robbie Max, Dwarven pole dancing
Bagpiper.
bard.
And so I was using oh, what the hell is it? I can't remember what the name of that thing is now.
The orc.
Yeah, the orc pub 2. And then I kind of deviated, but then I went back because going through the player's handbook, I see what the general stuff is that they give you.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I did not do was all of my personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws, all that junk.
That's all fine for now. We don't have to have that this minute. I was just letting Fernando know that kind of stuff is kind of fun to put in there.
No, and it is, and I kind of wanted to go over it for my own personal reasons of just, to me, it's not that critical. They offer you tables. I just roll it, and whatever it tells me is what I'm stuck with, and then I have to play my character out based on those things. But I can do them later if you don't want to waste the time doing them now.
You can go ahead and do it right now. I'm actually okay with that. That'll kind of give Fernando an idea to see what that's I kind of spoke through it, but this will kind of give him an idea of what it looks like when it actually gets filled in there. Is that good, Fernando?
Yep, I like it.
Yeah, I don't have the ability to edit the PDF because I didn't register an account with them, which I may be able to edit it later or something, or go in and change. I just ended up printing off my character, so I just have it on paper.
Okay, so this sheet is from Orc?
Yes. Yeah,
Orc
they give you a PDF, but they give you the option to register an account, and then you can go back. If you have a saved account, you can go back and edit characters later and change things and whatnot, which I didn't do. I just went in, made a character, printed it off, and then figured I'd fill everything else in that I was missing. So I just have pen and paper like normal D&D should be.
Yeah. The problem with us doing it virtual is kind of hard to do the pen and paper part. But
Yeah, no. I mean, so personality traits is a D10. I roll a 9. It tells me that my entertainer routine is I'm a storyteller.
Cool. Just so you know, too, I'll throw out there the form fillable character spreadsheet. I'll throw that on the Facebook group as well.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Yeah, honestly, yeah, if I brought it into Acrobat, because I have Acrobat where I could go in and probably change this stuff and edit it, I just didn't. I ended up loading it up on Acrobat Reader.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
But again, I don't expect this character to live very... I come from the DCC universe. I don't know if you've played Dungeon Crawl Classics, but it goes back to just dungeon crawling. And in fact, their character generation consists of you roll out 4 quick characters that are just very basic. You run them through what's called a funnel. Whichever one survives becomes level 1, and then you decide what class you want and proficiencies and all that sort of stuff later. And you're stuck with like very crap rolls. I mean, it's not unusual to have like a 7 or an 8 for a roll. You don't mess around with 4 dice and pick the best 3 and that sort of stuff. So for this, I actually got like this character's freaking stellar. She has 3 17s, which I thought was just blew my mind. For a completely random roll thing off of a website, I was like, okay, that works. And all I was happy about was she had a high charisma. That was all I gave a crap about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably be better off putting 17 in strength or something like that. But again, she's not going to last very long. So I'll end up rolling more characters or whatever later on. So I'm fine with how she is.
And you know what? Well, you'll be able to play her a little bit too as you want as well.
Yeah, I mean, I have to. you become more attached to them because you have to play their strengths and their weaknesses, sort of thing.
Exactly.
So I don't have an issue with that. So my personality trait is a D8. I roll that, and on the chart for entertainers, it tells me I love a good insult, even one directed at me, which is perfect.
I like that.
And you smell of elderberries. Sorry, I had to throw that in for you, bud.
Ideals. I want to make this go fast, so forgive me. 5 tells me people. I like seeing the smiles on people's faces when I perform. That's all that matters. It works well because I'm neutral. Neutral good, but close enough. I like seeing people smile when I play bagpipes.
Oh gosh.
You do.
I had to pick like the most obnoxious freaking instrument possible.
Freaking bag.
That's gonna be
I would have done
awesome.
the accordion.
They didn't have accordion.
Squeeze box.
I'll do anything to prove myself superior to my hated rival. It's actually kind of true to my character a little bit.
What was your bond again?
I'll do anything to prove myself superior to my hated rival.
Hurry.
This is a little too realistic.
Hey, Johnny Mac.
Johnny's in?
Yep, he's in the
I've
chat.
seen him in a while. Hey, John. And yes, John, I've been pulling my hair out, doing more research on PBX and SIP phones and everything else. Thank you for all your help, my friend. All right.
All right, so now how's your flaw?
I have trouble keeping my true feelings hidden. Takes longer to actually handwrite stuff than to type it. My sharp tongue lands me in trouble. Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Wait a minute.
It's not true.
Where are you getting these
Okay.
from?
Well, here's the thing, though.
These are in the player's handbook, Fernando.
She's a woman, so it kind of works out well too.
Yeah.
I'm not admitting that that's anything like me at all. Yeah, in the player's handbook, they give you charts where you can just randomly roll this stuff based on
okay.
the character you are, and it'll give you things. So the point being is that I can just roll these, and it comes out these certain things, and now I have to kind of like play my character to these certain traits and these certain flaws and everything. They're not that critical. It's not like, if you can't pick a wrong one. It just makes it more fun to play along those lines. And you really don't.
It gives you a direction so you can improvise on it.
Yeah, I mean, you almost don't even have to play it 100% to those, but it's more fun to play them to those. Joe, what's inspiration? I just now saw that on my character sheet that is empty.
So I was explaining this to Ben earlier this afternoon while we were on Discord, and I wanted to explain it to you guys this evening as well, because you're going to love this. This is a new thing to 5e. So essentially what inspiration is, if you do something really cool during the adventure, and really something I find as the DM that I think is, nails your character. Like an example is if you follow some of your personality traits or your ideals or bonds or flaws, or if you come up with a really cool way to attack somebody, something that really makes me go, oh my God, that is awesome. And I love it. Especially when you're following it to your character is kind of what they've, kind of suggested. It's really up to the DM. So what it is I give you an inspiration dice. And you can hold on to it for as long as you want. You don't ever have to spend it. But what'll happen is say you roll a 20 dice for 20-sided dice for something, anything, for slapping a guy in the face, and you roll a 1. So you roll a 2. And you go, I really don't like that roll. What you can do is you can say, I'm going to use my inspiration dice, and you can roll again. So it's kind of like a freebie roll.
Okay.
So, but it gives incentive to the players to go, you know what? I want to do cool things so I can have that inspiration dice in my back pocket. Now, they don't stack. You can only have one at a time. And you can give that inspiration dice away to another person if they're in need. So, like, you inspire them. So, like, for example, you guys are sitting in a room and Fernando is trying to pick a lock. And this lock, you have time ticking that the floor is going to fall out from underneath you and you guys are going to fall into a pit of acid. And he rolls a 3. And his lock-picking bonuses only take him up to, give him like a 6. Which only
you have my inspiration.
Exactly. Here, have my inspiration. Hopefully you'll roll a better roll. And then you give him the inspiration, and he rolls an 11. And his plus 6 gives him the 17. Now he passed that lock pick. You guys make it out of the room in time.
It's kind of like luck in DCC, a little bit different, but it's okay. Gives you like a second chance. Okay. Yeah, it's a second chance, but to get inspiration, you have to essentially impress the DM.
Gotcha. And the rules that I follow by are you do something so awesome that your character would do, or you follow along something to what your character would do that is just, oh my gosh, you're really role-playing this really well. Or another one, you just make a funny joke, and I'm like rolling out of my chair. I'm going to be like, dude, have an inspiration dice. So it's a way to kind of give you guys more interaction into the game.
Okay.
I haven't figured out age, weight, height, all that. I figured that's not really all that critical. So
for what we're doing at this exact moment, that's not critical.
Yeah.
Your features and traits. It looks like you've got some of just not much of that filled in. That will be like dwarven features, entertainer features, and bard features. You're going to get extra stuff. For example, my fighter, he gets a second.
Oh, okay. I see. They put it off on another page entirely.
Okay.
So bardic inspiration: inspire another creature with a 1d6 that it can within the next 10 minutes. Add a d20 roll. Use 3 times long rest. Dwarven resilience and stone cunning. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't put that in that. Okay, I will add those.
Yeah. So Fernando. Page. Come on here. Player's Handbook, page 140. For rolling your personality traits, ideals, and then page 141 for your bonds and flaws. Essentially, that's the soldier. The merchant veteran is a more specialized version of the soldier. So you'll use soldier kind of as your basis of, whenever you're looking in the player's handbook for stuff. Hey, red light. So that'll help you there. So I've got the character sheet and the the other file posted in the Facebook group for you guys to look through. We'll call it the other file. How's that, Robbie?
I like the other file.
the other file. The other non-copyright, non-trademark file.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Hey, everybody. How's everything going? Super nice guy right now. Give it a few minutes. When you're done, I got a question on that bardic inspiration thing.
All right, go ahead.
So bardic inspiration, inspire another creature with a 1d6 that it can within the next 10 minutes add to a d20 roll. What exactly does that mean? With a 1d6 that it can.
Okay, let's see. What is it called again?
Bardic inspiration. I mean, I haven't had a chance to look it up in the player's handbook. I'm sure it's in there.
Let's take a look here.
You know what? No, if you don't know it off the top of your head, don't worry about it. I will look it up and I'll figure it out.
It's page 53.
Bam. Oh, you're doing a PDF version.
Uh-huh. I can scan it in because I own it, and technically I own actually 2 of them.
No, I have the book. I mean, I can actually, if it's 53, I can look it up.
Yeah.
It's just not as easy as doing a text search because I don't have the PDF for it. But yeah, actually,
Text search doesn't work all the time. That's the problem I'm having.
Yeah. You can wear those through start. To do this, use bonus. So you use a bonus action on your turn to choose one creature other than yourself within 60 feet who can hear you. That creature gains 1 bardic inspiration dice at D6. Once within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the dice and add the number rolled to 1 ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
So 1 to 6, they can add to their D20 roll for something. Yep. Okay, and I can do that 3 times. 3 times a day, roughly 3 times between a long rest. Okay.
And they can see within 10 minutes, creature can.
That's a lot like luck on DCC with a halfling. He can actually spend his luck on somebody else. So okay, that works similar.
Okay, so it also says you can roll your 20 before deciding if you're going to use the bardic inspiration dice, but you must decide before the DM says whether the roll is successful or fails.
Okay. No, that's cool. That's really cool. Actually.
So once it's rolled, it's lost. So it's a one-time shot.
Right.
But you have 3 of them, and you can give it. Say somebody's rolling really crappy, you can go here. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, here, that didn't work. Okay, here, that didn't work. Okay, I'm done for the day until I get my long rest.
Right.
Real quick, Fernando, you should be able to pull up that file now.
Okay. Was it asking you for permission?
Yeah, I have to grant access because I have everything secured.
That's what it was. I was wondering why I was having issues. I thought it was on me.
No, sir, it's me.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
So also to add on to that, Robbie, it says you can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier, a minimum of once. You regain any expended uses when you finish a long rest. Your bardic inspiration dice changes when you reach certain levels in this class. The die becomes a D8 at 5th level, a D10 at 10th level, a D12 at 15th level. So
that's why it's at 3 times a day, because I have a +3 on the charisma modifier. Okay.
Right. So as your character raises up and you add points to charisma, or you get say a magic ring that gives you a +2 charisma, then that gives you that many more throughout the day.
I'm a hot little midget, but my boobs aren't big enough for Ben, apparently.
Hey, you said they were and you lied.
So All right. We have 15 minutes left. I mean, we can obviously go over. It's fine. I know Ben needs to get to bed, at a decent time, and I kind of do too. I don't know how Fernando and Robbie, your guys' nights go.
I got them at 5. Actually, 4:30.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Damn, dude.
No. It's good. It's good because I'm playing golf, dude.
Oh,
Wow, that's really good.
yeah,
It isn't going to be like freaking 45 degrees or 50 degrees like it is here.
No. It's freaking hot as hell over here. So I'm probably I'm meeting up early tomorrow. But I'm driving about an hour out.
Oh.
But no, it's cool. But it's cool.
All right. So,
Cool stuff.
so the reason I'm saying 15 minutes. Hey, Ashley.
Hey,
How
Ashley.
you doing?
Hey, Ashley.
Yes, this
Hey.
is my first live stream, Ashley. You'll see. There's the potential for Friday nights 10 o'clock, and possibly one-offs during the week to just kind of talk about our characters, and if we just want to, shoot the breeze about how the sessions went or something like that. We'll see how things go. So just keep an eye out for it, Ashley. I will be changing to a different YouTube channel for this, Ashley. So keep an eye out for that. We were saying something before that. I apologize. Because I wanted to take the last 15 minutes and ask if you guys had additional questions, specifically Fernando.
Not really. I'm pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and play with that setup like we discussed. So I'm gonna get in there and start doing those different attributes, I guess they're called. For the ideals, the flaws,
The personality traits and that, yeah.
personality traits. So I'm gonna finish all that. I'm probably gonna do the same thing with the PDF then. Are we sending them to you, or how are we doing that?
So what I'm going to do is on the Facebook group, I am going to put, I'm going to give you guys all individual links into my my Google Drive, and I'll have you guys just copy your characters up there. Typically what we'll do with the other group or the other groups, typically what we do, because we do the same thing and it's worked out wonderfully. Because if somebody else ever DMs, I can always give them access to those folders to see those files. It just gives a good common place for you to always have the files, and then for me to be able to look at the files, because sometimes I'll look in there and when you guys are doing a quest, I'll go, okay, you know what? I think Robbie really needs a better flute, and try and customize something that'll give a +2 to charisma, and customize a weapon or an item or a ring or something to that effect. But you have to find it throughout the adventure, and I'm not going to guide you to it. You just pick it up because you find it.
Are you saying there's something wrong with the size of my flute?
You don't have a flute.
No, I have bagpipes.
Yeah, there you go. So that's so I got to set that up. I actually started setting it up already. I already started creating the folders. I just got to, now that I got your guys' Gmail accounts, I can email you the link into the folder. Typically what I ask is make a folder with the character's name.
Okay.
And then inside the character's folder name the PDF file, the character -level 1. And then if you want to, some guys will do like dash the class that it is. Because if you later on we get into multi-classing, some people will they'll do like level 5 fighter / level 1 wizard, on that character. And the reason they do this is they don't overwrite their PDFs. They just keep on adding PDFs in there. So like you'll have your level 1 PDF and you'll have your level 2 PDF. So this way you can go back to them.
Oh, gotcha.
If you ever need to reference your older characters. So it gives you a way to reference them.
That's cool.
Let's see. Ashley said, sorry, I turned in late, but I'm lost. Battle axes, crossbows. Is this for gaming? Yes.
Yeah,
Ashley, this is for Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to start doing a Friday night hangout. This is the first session, and we're kind of going over character creation today. So battle axes, crossbows, and stuff like that. We're kind of setting things up so that we can play. I was really hoping to do something small tonight, but
Fernando took too long.
nah, it's not Fernando.
No, I don't know. We kind of figured we'd be going through this, figuring out all the nuances of 5th edition, and you learning it from scratch.
Yeah. So, one of the things I want to run through real quick, for Fernando's benefit.
Detriment.
Detriment. So, on your turn, essentially, here's, if you look at the screen, you get a movement, and I posted this this link up in the Facebook group as well. You get a movement, and your movement is on your character sheet of like my guy has a speed of 30, so he can move 30 spaces per turn. This kind of tells your movement costs. Then you can do an action once per turn. Now, sometimes your character will have the ability to have 2 actions.
Okay.
Or sometimes you will have an action and a bonus action. And those will, that kind of, so you can do those kind of things. And then you could potentially have a reaction to something that's going on. Now you have your conditions and your environmental effects on how this, how the environment affects you and stuff like that, or a condition, or how a condition affects you. But that's not as important for on your turn. I also posted a picture of a buddy of mine did a write-up, a nice little piece of paper, and it's got, on your turn you can make a movement, you can interact with an object such as open a door, draw your weapon, pick up a chest, or something to that effect. And then you can do an action, and your action consists of an attack and a dash. Now, if you do a dash or a run, what that does is you take your movement and you double it, but you lose your action by doing that. So you can't attack somebody if you were to do a run.
Okay.
Keep in mind, Fernando, that all this is very dynamic. So it's not like when you do your turn, everybody else is sitting silent and you have to reveal what you're going to do. We're all like chit chatting back and forth. It's just there are a certain number of things you can sort of do on your turn, how many actions you get, and all that sort of junk that you can do. And so we all kind of hash it out amongst one another. Hey, what if I did this? What if I, jumped up this ladder and then tried to jump on this dude and backstab him? And Ben will be like, yeah, and while you're doing that, I'll get my spell ready and I'll cast this. It's just there, but there are certain limits as to what you can do in each turn.
Okay.
That's what Joe's explaining right now.
Yeah. So, and if you look at that, there's like disengage, which is if you disengage from somebody, you can
typically they're out of range or you can't beat them.
Yeah, you become out of range from that monster, but they can't attack you when you move out of range, because moving through the same square as a monster or enemy can provoke a attack of opportunity, which would be an attack out of the normal initiative turn.
And they suck.
Yes, attack of opportunities suck big time.
Yeah.
So then you can dodge, help, hide, ready, search, use an object, cast a spell. Those are your kind of things that you can do as an action. And you can also improvise. So maybe it's not something on the action tab that you want to do. So it's a matter of during your turn, you just be creative. Now, if we're not in initiative, typically we don't have a set. This person goes. This person goes. This person goes. Because there's sometimes that I got one or two players where they just sit back and they're like they wait for other people to do stuff. I have another guy who, while everybody else is discussing stuff and sitting there and over analyzing everything, he's like, you know what, screw you guys, I'm off, and he's walking down the road, getting into some kind of trouble that the rest of the group has to solve. So you got different people who play different styles, which is really fun. So
let me ask you this: so you don't roll in turns then, or you do?
Typically only in a fight. We'll do.
Correct.
What we'll do is I'll say, all right, everybody roll for initiative. And then what you'll do is you'll roll your 20-sided dice, and then you have an initiative on your sheet there. So if I rolled a 12, I'd add a +1 to my initiative. So I'd have a 13. And then what I do is I'll write down on the page, all right, Robbie got a 20, with his initiative. Fernando got a 17. Monster 1 got a 16. Monster 2 got a 12, and Robbie
got a 9.
Yeah, a 9 or a 10 or something like that, or Ben got a 9 or a 10 or something like that. So Ben goes last. So that's an attack, and then we'll follow that along, and then you'll do your turns during that.
Yeah, that's where turns come into play. But there's other times you'll roll we could just be walking along and we come across a big ass pit that's 15 foot across. Well, you may be able to jump across it easier than any of us could. So then you may have to roll die. You decide, okay, well, I'm the best dude to try to run and jump across this thing, but you're still going to have to roll to see if you can succeed at it. And you're certainly going to succeed at it better than any of us could in most cases.
Right.
So there's times that comes into play as well.
Absolutely. And then to add on to what Robbie said, you can go, all right, you know what? I'm going to take my rope, one person hold it. When I go run and jump across that, we'll hold the rope across, and I'm
going to yank you back halfway.
Yeah, if you fall in the hole, I've got the rope and I'm holding you, and I can pull you back across to my side.
And that's where your acrobatics come into play. And then sometimes we may all just be hanging out in a tavern and there's a stripper pole, and I decide, hey, I want to swing on that thing and see if I can pick up some extra bucks tonight, and then I'm going to have to roll in order to see if I can do that or not.
Exactly. The biggest thing about this whole thing,
this is going.
Yeah, the biggest thing about this whole thing, Fernando, be creative. Be creative.
There's really no winning or losing, man. Well, okay, yeah, there is, but it's just about having fun, man.
Yeah,
Fernando, we can go through a mock interaction either later tonight or next week, just so you can kind of see how things are going to play out, because it does get very interesting.
Yeah, and to Robbie's point, TPK sucks big time. Big time TPK sucks. And if you want to know what TPK is total player kill. That means everybody in your party dies.
Which is fine, because we can just roll up new ones. That's why I don't ever get too attached to them, so I'm not worried about it.
And that brings up another point. So if a character dies, does it die for that game, or does it die period? And now I got to make a new character.
Okay, so there's a couple things that can happen.
There's multiple ways to go about that. I can say that, all right, player death is player death. You have paladins and clerics that can resurrect you. They have ways, they have spells and components that they can resurrect you. They can also heal you when you're in negative points and bring you above a 0 points, and then you're back to life.
So what are the rules in 5e on that? Obviously, when you get to 0, you're unconscious, but then is it however many levels you are is how many rounds you have before you die or something? Okay, so a death consists of a negative number. Okay.
So then what happens at that point in time is if there's nobody who's able to heal you, then you have what's called death saving throws. And on your turn, you roll a 20-sided dice. 10 and above gives you a success. or I think it's 10 or higher. I think it's 10 or higher gives you a success. So then you've got on your play or on if you look on the sheet here on
Yeah,
my
I saw it.
so you have
Successes and failures and the death
you have
saves.
to have 3 consecutive successes, or is it 3 consecutive successes? Or no, you just have to have 3 successes before you get before you get 3 failures.
Okay,
If you get 3 failures, your character's dead.
gotcha.
But if you get 3 successes, you regain to 1 hit point.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know.
Now,
so-
Joe, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So this might have changed, but there used to be idols that you could go to. So say Fernando dies, and what we did is you could cut off a part of the body, so you didn't have to carry the whole thing, and take his effects, put them in a bag, but take a part of the body. Typically, it was the thumb or the ear or something. Place it at an idol and offer to his god, and then God would resurrect him.
Okay,
Is that still in game?
He's chaotic evil. He's talking about cutting people up and taking them to some freaking altar.
Yes.
I am a warlock.
I would
I'm a badass warlock.
Yeah, I would have to read up on that. We have not gone through that at all. But that is, that's always, and it's probably one of those things where it's DM.
It could have been. That's something I've never seen in any handbook, but it's something that we always did. That there was always a totem that you could take, a totem or an idol that you could take them to, and then you'd offer up to their god an offering, and it depended on the person. So the DM would tell us, "Oh, it was gold," or "Oh, you have to give up something of value, to a certain person."
That's the biggest thing. I mean, if it was Fernando, I'd say yeah. If it was Ben, I would say no. We just leave him die.
Hey, can I tell you a little secret, Robbie?
I'm just
I made a pact with a demon. That's not a good idea.
So on something like that, Ben, that's gonna be to me if I can't find anything like a house rule. And typically the way I do house rules is I'll ask you guys what you think.
We vote.
Yeah, taking your suggestions. If it's like 50-50 close, I'll make a discretion call.
This ain't a democracy, man. You're the DM. You're the god. This is your world, man.
Absolutely, but
we're just players in it.
Yeah. But I play in the sense of I want to make it fun for you guys. So if it's something you guys want to see happen, I'm going to make it happen.
No, I want you to rule our lives with an iron fist.
Now, something else, Joe, that I wanted to ask you about. We were talking about this earlier. The cantrips. You said they were at will.
No,
I was going to say there were some of those are a little bit ridiculous. That would be a terrible at will.
No, not at will. You just don't have to use a spell slot.
Okay, they still take an action, but okay.
They still take an action, but you don't.
And those are unlimited.
Yeah, but they're unlimited. So, like, for example, you're in a fight and you want to use Burning Hands, and Burning Hands is a cantrip. I can't remember. I think it is a cantrip.
No, that's a spell.
Is it a spell? Then
yeah, chill touch.
Chill touch. Or I think there's a darts one.
Poison spray. Not for the warlock. There's not a darts one.
Okay, but let's just say Burning Hands is a cantrip. Just for an example, every one of your turns you can go, I'm going to do Burning Hands. I'm going to do Burning Hands because, for example, say you already ran your spell slot. What else are you going to do? If your Burning Hands are going to be more successful than you trying to hit it with a staff, do your Burning Hands every single time.
You know what? I might have to check. I think there is an so there's something in the player's handbook about either my race or it might be the god that I chose, the theme that I chose. You might be right. One of those it's like Burning Hands or Hellish Rebuke becomes a cantrip.
Yeah.
But I mean, in reality, I can have 2 cantrips and they're pretty freaking nasty anyway.
Is that all the spells you got, man? Like, I have kick-ass spells compared to that.
Yeah.
Oh, I have lots more, but
We have to wait to see mine.
oh, I've seen yours. I know the bard spells pretty well. Mine are pretty evil. It doesn't matter how you look at it; they're all evil.
You ever seen any of the Gamers movies? that's where my spells are. It's gonna be funny.
No, where do you get these spells?
Okay, so we're magic users. Magic users get a spell book. So you're not typically a magic user. Doesn't mean you can't learn magic. I just don't suggest it.
A multi-class, but I wouldn't recommend it at this time.
Yeah, stick to what you do. And
Okay.
Fernando, I'll tell you, I've played magic users quite a bit. For somebody who's new, it is very confusing if you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and I don't play them very often because it's a pain in the ass. Because you can only use so many a day, and then you have to memorize them and all kinds of junk. It's a lot of work to it.
Right, unless you have the spell book flashcards and you can pull out the ones you're using. Don't waste your time.
So now here's something that we also do on our house rules. So Fernando, rolling a 1 on your 20 is what they considered an instant fail.
That's a critical fail. That's what that is.
Critical fail. But rolling a 20 on your 20-sided dice is an automatic success.
Yeah, critical hit, man.
Even if, for example, the the person's armor class is a 22 and you roll a 20, it's still an automatic success on that. However, what we do is max damage plus one of your hit dice is the way we do it. Now, player's handbook.
You mean if I roll a 1, it's max damage?
No, if you roll a 1, you might get max damage.
Joe, you might max damage yourself or one of us.
Joe, let's go through it really quick. So there's an orc standing on the edge, and this is what I want to do. I want to run up behind the orc, and I want to kick him off the edge. And I roll a 1. Joe, what would you tell me?
Critical failure, you fall off the edge.
Yeah, you completely miss the orc and just like kick into thin air and fall off the edge yourself.
Exactly.
And then on the flip side, rolling a crit 20, as soon as I see that crit 20, I could say, I Liu Kang kick him, and I watch his spine snap as he flies into the distance.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as an example to that, you're hitting him with a battle axe and you roll 20. You get, say your battle axe is mine's a 1d8 plus 3. Okay, at level 1. I get 8 plus 3, so that's 11, and then I get to roll that 1d8 again. And whatever.
So essentially, you can get a 21. No, sorry, 19.
8 plus, 19 is essentially what I could get for damage on that. Now, there are some guys that got a 2d6 plus 4. Okay, they would get 12, 16, and then they get to roll that 6-sided dice again with the potential of getting to 22. So that's the way we do. That's the way we have done. Rolling on 20s. But the player's handbook describes it differently.
Do they have crit tables in 5th edition?
For
crit fails or crit successes?
I'm sure they do, but DMs are more fun this way.
No, I mean that's fine. I was just curious if they actually had them or not.
Yeah, the player's handbook does say critical. You get a critical fail on a 1. I believe it says
like DCC. If you roll a crit fail, then you actually you roll percentiles to see how bad the failure is, and it gives you the results of it. That's what I'm wondering if they have tables to follow on that.
They don't.
Okay.
However, that doesn't mean we can't come up with our own.
No, it doesn't. And a lot of times it's DM's discretion. I mean, DCC is big on DM's discretion all the time. The thing with DCC is like anytime you use magic, if you roll a 1 when you try to cast a spell, it's a crit fail. Yeah, and it can like seriously deform you and all kinds of crazy ass stuff to you. I mean, that's where it gets comical. Like using magic is really powerful, but it's also really risky to do. And so characters don't live that long because you could, after so many times of rolling a 1, you could like completely destroy yourself in the process of using magic.
Yeah, typically a weapons user, when they hit a crit fail, they either break their weapon, miss, fall over, stupid shit like that. Magic users, like Burning Hands, for instance, it's a 5 square by 5 square cone coming from me. So if I crit fail that, I'm pretty much setting myself on fire.
Yeah, and everybody around them. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
Thanks,
for 5
man.
spaces each way.
So that's where it gets really fun.
Yeah.
And you just have to learn to live with your successes and failures, man. I mean, it's fun.
Hey, Robbie, that's why I have fire resistance. I'm sorry, everybody else.
And here's the thing, and that is the beauty of the inspiration dice, because when you got that inspiration dice and you go, oh crap,
Yeah.
and then you go, hey, wait, I could do this because
You could do it after the die roll, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's see here.
Which is awesome because, yeah, in DCC you have to determine whether you want to use it before the die roll or not, and so it's a real gamble.
Yeah.
And I like it better when you can. That's a house rule where you can decide to use it after the die roll.
But basically, Fernando, the biggest thing is use your imagination. When you're speaking to Joe, whether he's a merchant, whether he's a person in a village that we're speaking to, like the chief or the headmaster or whatever, be your character and don't be afraid to be silly.
Yeah.
Like if you walk up and he says he's got a grand beard, you'd be like, dude, what the hell did you eat? You got like cheese, you got a whole sandwich in your beard. What's going on with that?
What's up with that?
And to their point, the fun of this game is being able to go and not be you.
Do whatever you want.
Right.
For the good of the group, unless you're me.
Oh no! See,
we're not. We've not even gotten into that yet.
there's players
not for these one shots. For the one shots, we're just all kind of neutral, just because that's a whole nother dynamic. That's a whole nother dynamic, man.
Speaking of the whole group, since I at least have 2 of you here, so my character has a familiar. I need a vote on what it's going to be.
Worm.
What's a familiar?
I vote for a worm.
Okay, so I have a companion that's with me all the time. He serves his own purpose, which you'll learn later. I'm not going to tell you. But I see him differently than you guys will.
Okay, butterfly.
You do want him to be useful, right?
Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, hell yeah.
There you go, cricket. Just irk the shit out of everybody by creaking all the time. Cricket. He'll give us up whenever we're trying to be sneaky and quiet.
You have no idea yet. We're going to need a bag of holding specifically for my familiar eventually.
Typically, it's like a hawk. Or,
it could be anything. It could be a baby dragon,
a tiger. It could be a dragon. Yeah, it could be all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, for warlocks, typically you see some type of reptilian creature.
How about a chicken?
A thunder chicken.
Thunder chicken.
I vote for a
Get
ferret.
hungry, can we eat them?
Do what?
My
We get
vote's a
hungry, can we eat them?
What's that, Fernando?
I said, if we get hungry, can we eat the chicken?
Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Uh,
I'm kind of hungry
that would
now.
be a bad idea because I will die.
Oh.
All right. How about turkey?
I always like ferrets because they can just, they just cause so much havoc.
I was thinking like a Chinese dragon, honestly,
There you go.
like Mushu from Milan.
How about a baby Groot?
Baby Groot.
Baby Groot.
Is that a thing? Can we have that as a thing?
Yes,
It'd be like a
you could
baby,
have.
baby Wizard of Oz tree.
There you go.
You could,
Baby
yeah,
Groot?
you could have. You could see him as a mandrake. I mean, that's what it would be in the D&D world.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. It's a baby Groot.
You got baby Groot.
Fantastic.
Baby Groot.
Joe, you better learn Groot's language.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
All he ever says is, I am Groot.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're the one that has to learn his language, not us.
Oh, I don't have to learn anything. You don't know all my fun stuff that I can do yet. You'll
All
learn.
right, man.
All right. So
It's gonna be awesome, Robbie. I'll just say that.
All right.
So real quick, critical hits inside the player's handbook says, when you score a critical hit, you get to roll extra dice for the attack damage against the target. Roll all of the attack damage twice, and then add them.
Oh.
together. So, for example, if you had
2d6s, you could essentially roll a 24 plus your modifier.
right, so you could roll 2d6 and then roll 2d6 again. So, essentially, though, you could get 4 points plus your modifier. So that's why we went max damage and 1 extra dice plus your modifier.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. I like that idea better.
Whatever you want to do, dude. It's your world.
No, I know, but Robbie, what do you feel about that though? Do you like the double dice thing plus your modifier, or do you like the other way? What do you feel?
I am completely indifferent.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Whatever works. I mean, whatever's proven. If you know what you've been doing works, then do that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's your world and I'm in it. I mean, I really.
Well,
Yeah, we're running adventures in your world, Joe.
yeah, I know, but there's 2 ways to look at it. A critical hit means that you hit them person as hard as you could, and you landed a perfect blow. Where the way that the player's handbook puts it, you run the risk of not doing much damage.
Of like pushing them versus punching them.
Right.
Right. So.
Yeah, because you could roll 4 1s.
Yeah. Absolutely, and then have a +3, so you get a 7
Right.
in comparison to possibly having a.
Yeah, that's fine. Your max damage. I get what you're saying on that point. You're so max damage plus an extra die.
Yeah.
And then the modifier on top of it?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So it would be your max damage, which would be, if you're 2d6, it's going to be 12, and then say your modifier is a +3, that would be 15, and then roll a 6 on that.
Right.
You could potentially get a 21, or you could get
Holy crap.
Could get 16.
Right.
That's better than a 7.
So, Joe, I was just thinking about the one spell that I am going to take. If I crit on it, it's a 1d6 or 1d8 plus 6 plus another roll.
Yes.
Holy God. For
Okay.
a level 1 character?
Let me put it this way. My evocation wizard at level, I think, 14, I did a what is that? Oh hell! It's like a fiery mountain or a rain of fire, I think is what it was.
That's the 2d10s, right?
That it was
Or
6
3d10s.
dice, but it was
Okay.
my spell level, which at level 14 I believe is a 7. So 7d6 plus I had a 7 to my modifier. So 7d6 plus 7 was my, that's my max crit plus another d6. And I rolled the 20 once.
The only reason I mixed on it, it doesn't matter what you want to do. It really doesn't matter. If you want to go with max damage or huge damage, then that's great. But don't ever forget that it's always DM's discretion.
No,
If somebody gets a crit hit and they turn around, they low real low. Okay, so you didn't do that much damage, but you fucking stabbed him in the eyeballs or right across his ocular, and now he can't see, and he's like at a disadvantage to fight from here on out, or that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
And I agree with that, Robbie. That's a good point where, you might not do a mass amount of damage, but you could disable them in a way.
Right. So it's DM's discretion. That's what I said. It's your world, man. I mean, it's whatever you want to do, and I'm just here for the ride.
No, and I get that. I just sometimes I like advice on house rules on what
do a coin toss method.
Yeah, because like I said, to my point, I'm thinking, oh my god, you hit a critical damage and you only do 7 points of damage where you could have done 21 points of damage.
Yeah, but it could be 7 points of damage plus bleeding.
Like somebody shoots a bow from 30 yards out and gets a crit hit. Well, they just so happen to pierce the helmet and go right into the eyeball. So now the dude's freaking blinded, and now he's at a disadvantage from every point on out, even though you can't do a whole lot of damage.
And the first thing you do when you see that, run up and grab the arrow and yank it out.
Or just whatever.
And that's where that creativity comes in.
Yeah, but if we just want to go, obliterate his, because with your point. Okay, now it went into his eyes and it obliterated half his brain. So now he's freaking, took a shit ton of damage from it, and he's down to like 3 hit points left. Oops, sorry, yeah. I said the S word.
I think that one's acceptable.
Nobody's mad anyway, so it's good. Nobody heard it.
20 after 12. So, I think Fernando's probably sleeping in his chair there.
No, man, I'm here. I'm doing 2 things at once. I'm actually still working on this AM8.
So, how you feeling about this, Fernando?
I'm excited, man. I'm about to want to start a game now.
He wants to start busting some skulls, man. And I don't blame him.
So when do we do?
He's got that sneaky ass shit. He can jump. Damn, I said it again. Damn it.
What's that, Fernando?
I said, when do we start the first game?
So I'd like to do it. I'd like to do it next Friday. And unless you guys want to try and do it Wednesday.
I think I'll probably be in Texas.
I was thinking 4:15 this morning.
If I can get out of the house by 5, we're good.
I'm just messing. We're going to be competing with Friday Night 3D Printing Hangout. You realize that, right? Well, not competing with them, but I mean just.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
We were competing against them tonight, so.
No, it was the European.
Yeah, so they were a lot earlier.
Oh, I thought they. Okay, yeah, that's right. It was EU today.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always do it on the EU week, or
Saturday too.
Yeah, you could look at it as Saturday nights. I don't know how everybody's schedules are always going too. That's where we kind of.
I'm not personally worried about missing it. I mean,
I like it and all. It's pretty cool, but I'd rather be.
I can always watch it later.
Same here.
It's not a big deal. So
they never respond to any of my questions, anyways. So I'm.
They're on for their own little thing. I don't think they even look at the chat.
Only if John's on.
They do, and yeah, I mean it depends. Ricky may be an issue because he's been on one, and he may go on more, so he may not be able to join in if we're doing. That's really the only thing with the.
I honestly think Ricky would drop that to do this. Ricky's very excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier, and man, we were just going like through our history of what we've done and things like that. It's just memory lane, man.
No, that's fine. Like I can always go back and watch the Friday Night 3D Printing Hangout later, so that's not an issue for me at all.
Yeah, and here's another way to look at it too: is most of those people probably aren't going to be interested in this. So it's not like we're going to lose, viewers over that. And the reality of it, this is more for us than it is for anybody else. This is for our fun.
I shouldn't have said that we'd be competing with them, because I don't think anybody's going to drop their stream to come watch ours by any stretch of the imagination. It was just more along the lines of all of us. If anyone was interested in watching the Friday Hangout, then it might be difficult to game and watch their Hangout at the same time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as far as them watching it, a lot of those guys watch multiple YouTube at the same time anyways.
True.
Oh yeah, how many of us ended up in Discord talking because 3D Print Hangout just turned into something stupid?
Talking about Alexa.
Do I have to admit that in public?
I'll admit it in public. I mean, I got nothing against the guys, but sometimes they go off on rants, and it's like, what the hell?
Before.
I love those guys. I love listening to them.
Where I just can't follow it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I love listening to those guys. I absolutely love the guys that are over there and everything. They're very creative and very intelligent guys. It's just I get disappointed when I try and ask a question and you have to ask it 5 times before you get an answer.
Yep.
Yeah. That I do understand.
That's the issue that I have the same way.
And in that respect, I think our game will be kind of similar, because we'll probably not be following chat very well.
I think I'm going to take control, and I'll keep chat up just to answer questions.
I mean, I'm like, if we want to live stream it, that's cool. But I don't care about the live stream whatsoever. That's just
me neither. It's really about the game. But like I said, I'll take the initiative, and I'll watch chat. And I mean, most of the time they're going to be talking amongst themselves anyway. But if they have a question for one of us about what we were doing or why, I can handle that just by typing.
Yeah, for me, the whole live stream is just more about getting this out there in case other people want to get interested.
Yeah, that I get. I mean, and just check it out and see a bunch of nerds being nerdy. I mean, like any other 3D printing live stream.
Yes,
it's no different, really. So, and we might pick up a few players here and there because of it.
Sounds like a plan.
All right,
guys. So
next Friday.
Yep. So just real quick, make you guys salivate a little bit.
Okay. Are you giving us a prelude to how we all met, what we're going into, or anything like that?
Just giving you a little bit of a look of,
I do vote for, like, before we start the first one shot, a situation like Robbie just said, we all walk into a bar kind of thing, and we introduce ourselves
right in the middle.
Yeah, you could be working, and we're all going to be sitting there talking, and then you're going to be like, hey, I want to do that. I'm tired of stripping.
And like I said, I'm working.
Working.
I'll be right back.
I think we got him to laugh too hard. So I just kind of threw this up real quick. I grabbed this, and this is the real-time board. And so what I will do is I'll post out a link for the real-time board, so that if Ben Craig wants to move his guy over to this table, he can move his guy over to that table.
Oh, dude, don't put me in a room with a bunch of people, not with my features.
So I just kind of wanted to show, hey, we've got this option for this.
That's cool.
Sorry, I got too much going in my head right now.
So, Fernando, just to kind of, and I really want to wait till Robbie gets back, but I don't know if Robbie can hear us or not. He probably took his headset off.
Who's JP?
JP is Joe Paddock.
Oh,
we lost Ryan Buttram for tonight. And,
okay.
cool thing is I can do this, and I can go.
So you're gonna be there even though you're the dungeon master, or you were just covering because of what?
So I have what they call NPCs, non-player characters.
Okay.
So sometimes I will have a character who is
They're like extras.
Yeah,
merchant, quest giver, important figure.
I thought the dungeon master wasn't on there, but okay, cool.
No, typically. So the only reason I put it in there is more for an NPC. I can actually change the this to, to this, and go NPC.
Are you using Roll20?
Oh, this is actually a. I found a whiteboard application that is built into. It's supposedly built into Hangouts, or into Google, but it's called Real Time Board. And over here, you can see the share button. And what I can do is I can invite you guys into this, and you guys can actually grab your little guys and move them around.
Oh, so it is like Roll20.
So in a way, yeah. It's just it's separated out from the app. It's a separate app, but I figured something just real quick to play around with, and it's more of a business application. This whole real-time board it is very much a business application. When you start looking at all the templates and everything, they want to draw diagrams.
We have to have the app in order for you to share it with us, I assume.
Nope, it is a it's a Google app. So it's a Google app, but it just installs into it's like an extension, I think. Like a Google extension or a Chrome extension.
A plugin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's all.
You have to add the app through Hangouts then.
Yeah.
Well, through your Google Play Store, or not Google Play.
Google account. I mean, it's kind of like any plugin where you just have to allow it access, and then boom, you got it.
Right. So, like you'll see here. I mean, you can do all this stuff.
Is it through Hangouts or no? Because I'm looking. I mean, we have the option to actually choose something to where we can add a plugin. Is why I'm asking.
Yeah. So if you look here
on the three dots, if you click that, it says add apps.
Yeah.
Or we can just make you work and say, put me 3 squares left and 2 squares north.
Which is fine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, go left and north. That's good.
Extensions. I would have thought it was here, but I guess not. I thought it was under extensions.
It's all fine. We'll make it work.
But, if you look here, it's in these apps. So it just comes up under your Google apps.
Real-time board. Okay.
Real-time board. So that's, I just was trying to find something that was, fun. Give us what we needed.
Super happy fun time.
Fun, but you put a lot of work into making that map, dude.
No, I didn't. I downloaded the map.
Oh, okay.
Downloaded the map, uploaded the image, and I put these
and
are
then the PNGs and shit, or
they're just sticky notes. That's all they are.
I gotcha. Okay.
They're just sticky notes, and I just grabbed them, put initials
so
in
there. You can't really move the characters. You just move the sticky notes. That's fine.
Yeah.
That works too.
It's just and you can resize the sticky notes to kind of fit in that square. Because a lot of times when you find maps, they've got the squares in them, and it might not be the best view in the I don't know how well you guys can see it in the Hangout.
Yeah, we can see the graph and all that.
You can see the grid. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then the cool thing is like if I wanted to, draw something on there, I can draw something on there as well.
Like a penis?
Yeah. Penis.
I'm all about drawing penises and Godzillas, man. Yeah, there you go.
Godzilla?
Godzilla. Oh, Ashley just saw your penis, Joe. Congratulations.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh, who just popped in?
I don't know.
Oh, Ben just switches cameras.
Yeah, so there you go.
Sweet.
On the computer.
You making make coins?
Yes, sir.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
so I assume that's working for you, the lettering and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Here, check one of them out.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so I figure, I figured I'd, and this I was gonna kind of do something a little small with you guys, just interactive. But so Fernando, so essentially what this is the way you, there's multiple ways to do it, and just so many different creative ways to do it. But I could do something as simple as, all right, you guys find yourselves in a bar. You see multiple people here, the tables. There's a fighting ring in the center, and you got a couple, people in that ring fighting right now. You got people sitting around the outskirts of the fighting ring, cheering it on. It's a simple bar, a couple different people. See a small, short, a well busted dwarf sitting over at a table by the wall. You see, a half orc up by the bar. There's various people that are sitting around the room. You got a table full of people that are just drinking and possibly playing cards. It's your typical pub scenery. On a late Friday night, drinking and betting and gambling and everything. So Robbie's down here at the and I would probably just keep your character names up on the screen so I can do it. So I think it was Esmeralda.
No, it's WeMac.
Okay, so WeMac's down here and down here at this table, kind of just watching over the crowd. Shadow's over here sitting at a table, trying to kind of keep out of the limelight. You have this this tiefling that's sitting over here in the corner, all shadowed in the corner, and so trying to keep shrouded so that people can't see what's going on. You got a looks like a woodsman.
You want to make me evil, don't you?
You got this woodsman who's sitting at the next to the arena, cheering everything on. You got a tall elf-looking character with various characteristics of he's got a flute and a heck, what do they call the little guitars?
Mandolin?
Huh?
A mandolin?
There you go, mandolin. Slung over his back. He's sitting there, intently staring at the two gentlemen in the two fighters in the ring. So I'm gonna leave it open. Who wants to do something at this time?
I want to go around the ring and start pickpocketing all those people and saying hi.
Okay, so
Perfect.
the first person that you walk up to looks to be a barmaid. Roll a 20, and roll a 20. Add your proficiency for for pocket picking.
So are you just rolling 120 or 220s?
We don't know each other yet, right?
Right.
Nope.
So you just roll. You only roll 120 unless you have advantage. There's no advantage right now.
I got a 13.
Okay. Does any modifiers for do you have any modifiers for? Because I haven't looked at your character sheet yet, so I can't. I don't know if you got any modifiers for.
I haven't pulled it up yet. Ben, do you still have it?
What, your character sheet?
Yeah.
Do you remember if he had any proficiencies for pickpocketing?
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sure he does if he's a freaking rogue. And he's got crazy ass high dexterity.
Oh.
What's that? Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
4.
And
So-
stealth?
Well, for
Stealth 6, sleight of hand's 4.
Sleight of hand is where you're actually pickpocketing him.
yep. So you rolled the 13. You said.
Yeah.
So
17.
you'll add a 4, and it gives you a 17. I gave you a DC, or what is called a difficulty rating, of 15. You pickpocketed the waitress, and you got a small little pouch with one gold coin, and a silver coin, and 3 coppers.
I'm in eyesight of him. Do I actually see that he's doing this? Passive perception is 13.
Passive perception is 13. Yes, you kind of see that this character is just kind of walking up to the barmaid, and you're kind of wondering, you know the barmaid, so
Okay.
You'd be keeping an eye on her because she's a friend. So you notice that he walks over there. Roll for perception. Your passive perception saw that something was going on. Well, let's stop there. Your passive perception saw that something was going on. Do you want to do anything further?
Yeah, I want to figure out what he's actually doing.
Okay, then roll for perception. DC.
Oh.
15.
I got a 1 plus 3.
So you got a 1. So essentially, all of a sudden, the other barmaid walks by, and she's a friend, and you start paying more attention to her.
Yep, that works.
So
I'm gonna roll for
I
perception.
have no
too.
idea
I'm
what's
watching.
going on. Yeah.
yeah. All right, Ben, you wanna? Okay, you're gonna roll for perception.
12 plus 3.
All right, 15. You succeeded.
Ah, fuck! I lost the bet. I rolled the first one.
Hold on. I'm not
Damn!
done.
It's the second roll into the game, and I rolled it.
I'm not done.
All right.
Joe, do you have your Facebook Messenger up?
Yeah. You can always private message me in Hangouts too. All you got to do is type /2 space Joe Paddock.
Oh, actually, it would be, well, I'll just go ahead and say it out loud just for this instance. But
Wait.
Heads up, everybody needs to make sure that I can contact you, because I want to telepathically tell Robbie, I can't believe you missed that. I can speak to you telepathically.
Yeah, but do with a 1, I probably don't. Well, I guess I'd probably have to do another perception to roll to figure out where the hell it's coming from, right?
Yes. Yeah. So because it's a different instance, that other roll didn't account towards what Ben's doing.
Because then I'm going to be thinking, "Hey, God's talking to me."
And then I also
Are you broadcasting this out to everybody, or just specifically Robbie?
Specifically Robbie at this instance, but like I said, when we get into this, I'll be private messaging people.
Yeah.
And also, since I can continue to do this, I want to tell Fernando I saw what you were doing.
All right. Fernando, you hear a voice in your head, mysterious kind of craggy voice that says, "I saw what you just did."
I saw what you just did.
How do you
real
want to react to that? We still have Fernando?
Yeah, I'm here.
So how do you want to react to that voice that you heard in your head?
I'm thinking.
All right, while you're thinking, Robbie, what we were going to say?
I want to go ahead and ignore the voice, and I want to continue going around the actual bar.
Okay.
That's just a devil on his shoulder. He doesn't care about that, man. He's just going to keep on going.
Yeah.
Which way do you want to go? Left or right?
Actually, you know what? Closest person to me is going to be Ben Craig, so I want to go sit next to Ben Craig and just see who he is and talk to him a little bit.
All right.
Let me lock on Joe so I can actually see the map.
Yeah, I got to do the same thing.
I thought I had you guys locked on.
No.
I have myself selected.
Right. You select yourself. It doesn't lock it for us.
Yeah, no, for us, I'm not watching the YouTube stream.
I thought when the person. Oh.
No. It only does it for the stream. It doesn't do it for us.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought it locked on for.
Okay, so stupid question in the Google Hangouts chat. If we want to message someone, how do we message them?
You go / TO2 space their name, and then space whatever you want to write.
Ah, okay. Well, it won't fill it in. We have to actually type out the whole name.
Yeah, and you could do what I do.
I'm on a tablet.
Okay, that's fine. Yep, it works.
Let me see if it'll let me do it.
But now this is in the Hangouts chat, not the YouTube chat.
Right.
No, I'm in the Hangouts chat, but I'm on a tablet.
It should still work.
So,
Yeah, you should still have a group chat. Well, you may have to bring it out on the side.
Yeah.
But there should be a group chat tab that you can slide out on the side. Nobody in the stream is going to see any of that.
Right.
No, I don't have a group out chat coming out the side.
It's a blue button on the top on the within the app. It's a blue button on the top left, and then you got like your screen share, cameraman.
But it's handy to like if you want to do something without all of us knowing it, you can send a private message to Joe only that you're wanting to do something without letting anyone else in the party know that you're wanting to do that.
Right.
Or you can do things with other players without someone else knowing.
I just sent him a message.
Well, you muted Joe Paddock, so there's that.
I didn't mute Joe.
No, Fernando did.
Huh.
It just popped up in chat.
Yeah, it did.
Nice.
Is he back?
Yeah.
It's back.
That's all. Lets me. I think it only lets me. Let me see. Flag. No, it says I can ignore and block you permanently, which I don't want to do, and I can mute you. That's about it.
No,
So
and you
it's
upper
not
left,
showing
some bars where you can pop out a chat window.
No, not really. I can change the camera position. I can add anybody. It says help and feedback is the only thing there. Live. I can go back to the call. Let me see if that.
Is there anything in the upper right?
Yeah, there's an arrow that's taking me back to Hangouts right now. But no,
click on the conversation.
No, it's not there. Nope.
Not
on the tablet. This is the Android tablet, so I'll next time I'll play on the. Let me try. Oh, wait a minute! It just came up now. What the hell? I don't even know how it came up, but test.
Yeah, I mean we could chat publicly if you just type something and hit enter, it'll pop up, so everybody sees it. Or you can do I forget what the hell it is now. /2.
Oh, see, he did that.
/TO and then a space and then to whoever it is you want to type to. And you got to type their whole damn name out exactly.
You know what I did, Robbie, is I just went up to the top where it says like Ben Craig joined the chat group, and I just highlighted Ben Craig and just Control C.
So you said it's / what?
/ TO space and then like the full name, Joe Paddock.
Or for me, Ben Craig.
Or yeah, Ben Craig. Or
I just saw.
I'm the one who sent you the private message.
Yeah, I just saw that. Can't believe you called me a hooker.
Really?
That wasn't private. That was a.
Yeah, it was public, man.
That one was public.
Yeah, that was rude.
Hey, I can't help it, you dwarf.
So, Fernando, yours is running on the.
What have you got against little people?
The full blown Hangouts. So I think this is only in the.
In the PC.
Yeah, I think it's only PC capable. Because like Ben and Robbie have sent messages in there.
If it works for you, Robbie.
they've sent messages in that.
I didn't even get to do what I want to do yet.
In that group, they've sent message in that group chat, and I haven't gotten messages on my phone. But when you've sent it, I get the message on my phone from regular Hangouts.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to switch over to the computer next time for
Like,
the
have you
next.
guys seen Total Recall?
The chick with the 3 tits. Sorry.
The first one or the second one?
Or the midget on the bar with the machine gun?
So
Does that come across, Robbie?
Yeah, except Fernando distracted me with his pickpocketing, which I never saw.
Well, this is new. This is after the pickpocket.
all right, so
Completely distracted me with something I never saw.
shiny objects, squirrel.
Yeah.
So Ben,
Yes.
this cloaked character, can't tell what race he is, sits down at your table.
Oh yeah, Fernando can't see my message, can he?
No.
No.
Okay, well I'll just say it out loud then. Why have you joined my table? I know what you're up to, and you will not succeed with me.
Do I answer?
Yeah.
This is speaking to me.
So Fernando, the way this works is so
You don't have to answer him.
Yeah, I kind of said this is what's going on. You're sitting down at the table. It's like sitting down at the table talking with another person. It's up to you on what you do. You don't even have to answer them.
You could just jump up on a table and mushroom stamp him on the forehead if you want to. Oh, yeah. This is...
Now, what's your appearance like?
I'm a tiefling.
What's your charisma?
So tiefling is
Half human, half demon.
is a humanoid with like devilish horns
And a tail, a barbed tail.
Yeah.
Seriously.
They look like a devil.
Yeah.
There's nobody else that looks like him in that whole place, right?
But all my skin and scales are black.
Yeah. Now the other thing too is Ben is you would want to describe what you're wearing, because if you're wearing a hood, he might not see that you're a full tiefling.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I was wearing a hood. So all he's going to see is just a dark, shadowy figure. He can only see my chin, which would have the 2 spikes coming out of it.
Dark,
Right.
shadowy figure. That makes it better.
Well,
So Fernando,
what I want to say is,
essentially you see the character that's sitting there. He's in a cloak, and you can tell he's got protrusions out of his chin.
okay.
So does your guy have enough lore to know what races are what? Kind of wisdom. What kind of wisdom do you have on
Hold
there?
on. I'm working on it.
Okay. So in the meantime, though,
Wisdom. It's not a. He doesn't have lore.
it'll be like history,
Insight.
history.
History's 1, insight's 1,
Okay. So, but what's his? Those are based on wisdom, right?
and his wisdom is 8.
His wisdom's an 8. So you really don't know what he is, Fernando.
No.
However, you feel a little tugging on your leg, and you hear this little voice going,
I am Groot.
I am Groot. Wait.
You hear this
Does he even speak Groot?
Yeah. You hear this little character go, I am Runt.
Nice. I am Runt.
All right,
Good
so
save.
main reason I wanted to sit down.
That's awesome.
Main reason I wanted to sit down was because I heard a voice in my head, and the closest person to me was you. And you look mysterious enough to actually pull something off like that. I don't know if you're a ventriloquist or what, but now that I see your little pet tree over here, it may have been him. So, what's your deal?
I am Runt.
So you think Runt did this?
I think you did it.
Your perception might be strong, but you don't know the full lengths of my power yet.
Nope. Well, that's why I sat down, because maybe it's somebody I need to know.
The full length of his power kind of has me intrigued a little bit. Me being a highly charismatic female dwarf and all.
Well, Robbie, I sent you a message.
I know you did. I'm waiting my turn.
You can join anytime.
I don't know if I actually perceived it was from you or not. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
I rolled an 11 plus 3 on my perception, so that gives me 14 on my perception check to see whether I can tell where it's coming from or not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I start meandering on over to the table.
All right. Oop, wrong window.
Meander. We have another joining us.
15, 20. Yeah.
Wait a second.
So Ben is hooded. What does Fernando look like?
Yeah.
Fernando, what's your guy look like?
I think I'm hooded too. I have a hood. Pretty much sketchy looking guy.
Skeevy bastard, the bar.
Yeah. So somebody that you would not look twice at. Nothing really special, but just blends in.
Okay.
Joe, I need to find out if I know his race.
All right.
That was what?
Roll an insight check.
Okay, insight check.
Actually, you know what? No, roll perception because he's cloaked, and you kind of gotta see if you can see under the cloak well enough.
14 plus 3.
So what's your total?
Really? You want to see under my cloak?
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Is it that kind of party there, Ben?
Yeah.
I can already see under your cloak, dude. I'm only like 3 foot tall.
So by roll, so you succeeded in your roll. You because of the way his cloak is sitting on him, you can tell that he has elven ears. And I'll leave it at that.
He has
So
elven ears.
At least part elf.
Yep. Half elf. Half, I don't know what else.
Half elf, half ears. Elven ears.
A half elf is half human, half elf.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, so.
Has Robbie made it there yet? He's still like taking his time.
I'm a little standoffish coming to you guys because I'm kind of a neutral good character, and you guys look a little sketchy to me. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, yeah, okay, I heard the voice coming from here, but it's like 2 evil dudes asking me to come to the table, and they better have a lot of money because otherwise it's not worth my time.
And also, just so you know, I moved him 5 squares because I believe he's got a speed of 25.
I'm a fucking midget, dude. I can't move real fast.
Right.
Language.
So now.
Yeah, I keep checking chat. Nobody's still there.
So Ben and Craig, or Ben and Fernando, you guys just kind of you guys had your conversations. So
we're just conversing, I'm waiting on
5,
the dwarf.
Now, where do you want to be, Robbie? You want to be here or?
Yeah, as far away as possible for both of them, so I have an out.
Okay, so I'll put you on that end of the table.
That'll work. Yep.
All right.
I don't trust him.
I don't blame you.
All right, so what do you want to do next? Okay, we'll circle back around. We'll just start back with Ben.
I sent you a message.
All right. So Fernando, go ahead, and in the meantime, Robbie, so you got this little tree character that walks up to you, about knee height to you, and looks at you and goes,
"That small?
I am Runt."
I am actually amazed that I am taller than somebody else.
Runt, get over here. Leave him alone.
I am Runt.
Yeah, I'm not bothered by him at all. I'm just like, wow, I'm actually taller than somebody.
All right. So, and Ben, you said you called him back over?
Yes.
All right. So Runt comes back over to you.
I pick up Runt. I put him on my shoulder.
All right.
Ha! We have a Runt. Yes, make him tiny.
Yeah, a tiny runt.
All right, so Runt's sitting up on your shoulder.
All right. Whose turn is it? Mine?
Yeah, and Runt looks at you and goes, "I'm Runt."
Dude, I'm gonna hit you.
All right. I grab Runt.
So you'd have to get up and move across or all the way around, and because Runt's on his left-hand side, you gotta interact with Ben.
I grab Runt and I and I start whispering in his ear.
Okay. Ben, are you gonna allow him to grab Runt?
Your funeral, dude.
I'm being nice to him. I'm just saying, hey,
I'm allowing him, but I'm just telling him it's your funeral.
So,
telling Runt.
if you like, you could rephrase it to the effect of, I walk over and I whisper into Runt's ear.
Okay.
Instead,
I walk over.
Unless you really want to grab him.
I walk over and I whisper into Runt's ear, you know, hey, give me a hand and I'll split the whatever I make tonight with you.
And he looks at Ben. He goes, "I am Runt."
Seriously, dude? You just met me and you're already trying to steal him? Is it because he's small?
No, I'm not stealing him. I'm just making him an offer.
Well, you don't want to know what he really said. I actually heard you.
So what do you say?
He looks at you and he goes, "I am Runt."
Runt, shut up. You're not getting away with this one.
I'm Runt.
Go play with the stripper. With the
I
bagpipe.
gotta tell you right now, I came over here because of some freaked out telepathy stuff, but Runt's kind of freaking me out right now, and everything you guys are doing, I'm not sure what this is about. Someone want to tell me what's going on here?
I apologize and take off my hood.
Oh, that makes it better.
Why I did it. I happen to be an adventurer. I've come to this bar seeking a group.
Yeah, maybe put the hood back on.
So, Fernando, because I can't private message you, Runt, you see Runt pointing. You see him pointing over at the table behind Robbie, and he's kind of like nodding his head and kind of gives you like a thumbs up.
Cool. So I'll go over and I'll distract the table so Runt can go ahead and start pickpocketing.
Before they can do that, I say, if either of you two move, I will set the place ablaze.
And I say, I'm not moving anywhere. What are you talking about, dude?
Fernando, how would you like to respond to that inquiry or threat, whichever way you want to look at it?
I would ask him, don't do that, number one. Why, number two. And three, let's just have some fun.
I'm not in the mood to fight everybody in the bar. But if you insist, Runt, go have fun. Just remember, you do something stupid, you have to come back.
I'm Runt.
Okay.
I'm Runt. I'm Runt.
Enjoy, you little turd.
So Runt and I go over to the table, and we basically pick a fight with all four that are there playing cards.
So,
do I catch what they're doing? Like, do I really miss what they're doing?
So you kind of you hear him whispering to Runt, and you kind of see them, or you see Runt kind of, or pointing over at that table. So you kind of get the idea that something's going on with that table and Runt and Fernando.
Mac. My name is Kime. Get ready for the two idiots are about to do something extremely stupid.
All right, so Fernando, you want Runt behind this guy?
I won't run. Yeah, behind that guy.
Okay.
And then I'll walk in all drunk like and fall over on him and spill my drink on top of him.
All right, so I'm gonna have this guy do a perception check with disadvantage. So I'm gonna roll, and he's got perception of. He's got a +1 perception. So he rolls an 11 and a 7. So an 8 and an 11. So he's rolling at disadvantage. So Runt succeeds.
While this is going on, can I pull my bagpipes out and start playing as loud as possible as a distraction?
Absolutely. So,
and then at what point can I actually try to charm somebody at that table?
Right now.
Oh, okay. At the same time?
Yep, you pulled your pipes out. We're not in any initiative order right now, so.
Oh, okay, that'll work.
I can allow that for that to move along. Ben, while he's pulling out his bagpipes and rolling to charm anybody, would you like to do anything?
Working on it.
All right. Fernando, Runt gives you a thumbs up, and he points at a little silver dagger.
Oh, he got dagger. I go back over to Esmeralda, and I tell her, hey, Esmeralda, why don't you go and get on top of that table where they're playing cards and try seducing them with your bagpipes. So that way, what's the name again? Groot or Brute?
Runt.
Runt. So that way, Runt and I can go ahead and make your evening worthwhile.
Who the hell is Esmeralda?
What was your girl's name?
Shadow.
Mac, man.
Oh, Mac. I thought who said Esmeralda before?
I did. I
showed it earlier. Actually, it was Airpiece. And then I changed it later to Mac.
Oh, okay. I saw an E in.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, Mac. So what do you say? You game?
Who am I trying to charm?
All four on the table.
Can I do all four? I can only do one, can't I?
I think you can only do one at a time.
I can only do one, dude.
Okay, then the one that's right behind me.
This is like a group effort. That's the one that I was going to try to charm because he was right behind me. He was the closest one to me.
And you guys all noticed that the one that Runt pickpocketed starts kind of looking around nervously. And he kind of shaking, and he kind of puts his cards down on the table, and he's just kind of like looking back and forth, and he's kind of like frazzled about something.
As I pick up my bagpipes and start playing, I guess I put my attention towards him and try to charm him.
All right. I believe. I don't know. Let's say it's an attack. It's your action, I guess.
Is it a straight intelligence roll for spells on 5e or what?
Yeah, so you would roll your 20 and you would have your, I believe, your intelligence modifier or whatever your spell modifier is. It should be a spell modifier plus what I think it's yours is based off. Is yours based off wisdom or intelligence? Or no, charisma. It's based off charisma. So it'd probably be your.
Oh, if I attempt to charm a humanoid I can see within range, it must make a wisdom saving throw. It does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. We're not fighting them, so.
So I will do.
Does that mean it goes automatically then?
Nope. So
you have to do. I don't have to roll to see if it succeeds. He has to roll to see if I succeed, right?
Yeah. So he basically he's rolling to see if he can resist you.
Right. Okay.
So what is your I think it's your charisma.
Charisma 17.
Okay, so I roll an 18, so I resist you.
Damn. Ain't that some shit?
Yep. So
Right, I know.
Works.
I know it's going south right now because he couldn't succeed seducing that guy, and the guy's over here. The other guy that we just pickpocketed is checking his pockets.
It's hard to believe I'm playing bagpipes in this dude's face and he somehow resists me.
That's all. So I grabbed the dagger.
Nere's just went live.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now?
Yeah.
The hell's he doing live now?
Who knows? I don't think he's going to join our game, so it doesn't really matter much.
No, I don't think so. I don't even think he's following me. All right, so now you were doing the green one here, right?
I was gonna say I see that the guy's going. The other guy, like the blue one, he was checking his pockets and he's getting all weird.
The one I was trying to charm was the blue guy that you said was starting to act kind of skittish.
Okay. So
I thought you were trying to do the guy. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Robbie said he was going to do the guy that was skittish.
Yeah, I switched when somebody was getting nervous, and I was kind of walking around the table playing my bagpipes, trying to seduce him or charm him because I didn't want him getting skittish and tipping everybody else off.
All right, so
it didn't work, right?
So the guy actually gets up.
Correct. It did not work. So I'm probably up near him at this point.
So well, it all depends. You didn't have to move in order to do that.
Oh, okay.
You said it had a distance, right? Of how far?
300 feet.
So it's up to you. You can
30 feet actually. I'm just messing with you. 30 feet. Yeah, actually, I could have just turned up from the table, started playing bagpipes and batting my eyes at him to try to get his attention, and it didn't work.
Right. Playing rock you like a hurricane on a bagpipes doesn't help.
Yeah.
However, the guy gets up. He gets up and he walks out the door.
This guy hates bagpipes.
He thought he left his knife in the freaking car. Or he called it Uber. One or the other.
He left. Did he take the knife with him, or he just got up and left?
He just got up and left. He didn't even realize the knife was gone.
Okay.
Okay. So then I sit down on the table.
Wait, you got the knife already?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the knife was still on the table, man. What the hell am I wasting my time trying to charm these dudes? Let's just get our ass out of here.
Oh, we want more, don't we?
Yeah, Runt picked his pocket successfully.
Okay.
So all we got is a knife so far and a couple gold piece and a couple copper pieces.
Yep. Okay, so that's
Ben,
Ren.
you ready?
That's Robbie. That's Fernando. Ben.
Run. Give it. Give it now.
I'm Ron.
Give it.
So Runt gets up on the table and walks over and stands in front of you and stomps his feet and goes, "Run! I'm Runt."
And
we picked the best damn thing for him, man. Having him run. That is awesome.
So Runt takes the knife and he sticks it in the table in front of you and sits down cross-legged, crosses his arms, and he goes, "I'm Runt."
Seriously, you're gonna pout it this time? You're lucky you got away with it, you dumb little turd.
He's actually tree branches.
He's still a turd. He's brown.
Wow.
That's how you treat your friends?
Pick Runt back up and set him on my shoulder and tell him not to move.
All right. So Fernando asked you a question.
I'm sorry, Shadow.
I said, is that how you treat your friends? And how do you know my name is Shadow?
Some information you're not needing to know. You and Mac, we're going to make a great team. I could see it.
Who's Mac?
The bagpipe playing charmer from hell.
Damn, I can only use charm person one time a day, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, let's go back on that. So I only get a chance to use. I only can use one spell per day?
I think you choose two and can use one per day.
I would have to look to see how the bard spells go.
Or no, I think the bard gets more than two.
I have 2 cantrips. I have 2 enchantments and 2 divinations. Whatever the hell that means.
You have 2 trips to the can?
The cantrips I can use over and over again. That's not an issue.
Right.
The enchantment and divination is, I'm going to have to actually, I'm sorry, 1 divination, 1 evocation. That's something to do with the deity, right?
Evocation is kind of like it's the manipulation of like the elemental forces, I think. So like evocation would be like fire or ice type spells, I believe. I could be wrong.
So for a safe bet, I won't use any more spells. I'll use cantrips, but I can't use spells for the time being.
Right.
So you have
until I can figure out anything else. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, well, it's
Shadow, you can continue on with your raid of the place, but if you get caught, I can only save you once.
Yep.
I just wanted to see where everybody's balls were. But thank you for offering. And I kind of like your boy over here, Root, or whatever his name is.
Runt.
He seems like a cool kid.
If you could only see him through my eyes, you'd know differently.
I think we'll be good friends.
Yes. I foresee a great future with all of us.
Especially the grunt dude.
I'm not giving him to you. You can stop trying.
I jump up onto the table and I tell him, you want to see where my balls are? They're right here. And I point to my crotch. And then I use prestidigitation to see if I can make balls appear.
Is that one of your cantrips?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
all right. I believe you have to
DC 13 mod +5, whatever the hell that is.
So
fuck me.
Somebody have to roll against you?
I don't know.
No. There's no rolling against it. It's just it's an illusionary spell.
But does he have to roll to get a higher than the 13?
Well, we're not in an instance. So,
Well, yeah, but I mean, whether you guys are going to believe it or not, it's just...
so we would roll our... I think that is also perception to see if we can see through the spell.
Yeah, but what is it set at? What's the DC 13 mod 5 at? Is that what sets the bar? So you have to roll over an 18? That's crazy at a first level character. Unless it's 13, you have to roll over 13.
You have to roll over 13 is what I would believe. If your DC is a 13, then you have to roll over 13. Because that's basically your difficulty class.
Okay. Do I use any of them?
You would probably use your Is that a charisma based?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
Joe, I'm missing a spell.
Okay.
Can you see if you can find hideous laughter?
Sure. Robbie, in the
Player's handbook.
no Facebook Messenger, I sent you an image for your spells.
Oh,
So you get 2 at first level. You can know 4, you get 2, and you can know 2 cantrips for spell casting Bard Inspiration.
I can know 2 at first level and 2 can. Yeah,
You can know 2 cantrips. You can know 4 spells. You can cast 2 spells.
cast 2 spells. Okay.
Yep. And
Okay, yeah, that's what I have. I have 4 spells and 2 cantrips right now.
Yep.
And I used 1. I used Charm Person.
and
So the question is, do they save versus my spell, or do I have to roll something to see whether it succeeds?
We would have to roll against you.
That's kind of what I
If we
thought.
see through your illusion.
And so if I have a DC 13, do I add my modifier to that, whether it's wisdom or intelligence or charisma?
I'm not sure how that works with the Bard. I think we'd have to look that up. I'm thinking that. So, what is the name of that again?
Show my balls.
No, the
Oh yeah, prestidigitation. Prestidigitation. That's like really hard to pronounce. It's I picked it because it was like the most like worthless spell ever.
press PR.
But it turns out it's kind of funny. Because y'all gonna think I'm gonna have a ball sack.
PRES.
Prestidigitation.
I can't find it.
Prestidigitation.
All right.
Here, I'll tell you where it is. I'll look it up. I'll look the thing up. Of course, my glasses can't. Man, the freaking table of contents is so tiny on the player's handbook.
I know. What was the one that you were looking for, Ben?
Hideous laughter.
And that's a spell?
Yeah. It's under my features. It says
Yeah, I actually saw it when I was looking through spells.
dissonant whispers and hideous
Oh.
laughter, but I don't see anything about laughter.
No, we're going to have to look up spells and see where they're all listed at or something.
Yeah,
Well, spell casting for Bard is on page 52 and 53. And that'll tell you how a Bard spell casts.
Okay. Yeah, but that's a cantrip.
Oh, if it's a cantrip, it's
Right. No, I mean, in terms of how it works is another story. But just so you know, I'm not like actually casting it. It's just a cantrip. It's like automatic
right.
type deal.
Hideous, you said. Hideous.
Yeah, they don't have it in there.
I wonder where that came from because that was generated from my from the app.
Yeah, mine came from
So it could be an addition.
the site also. Yeah, no, there's got to be a section for spells.
Yeah.
There is.
Page
And there is. It's honestly, what was yours, Ben?
hideous. Hideous.
I'll tell you where it is because I'm looking.
See, I don't even see
Oh,
it.
I'm not finding it either.
You know, hex, it goes from hex to whole monster.
Yeah.
But it's listed in my tiefling features for my warlock archetype. the old one, the spell, dissonant whispers, and hideous laughter are added to your list.
Look up on that site that I was on, the workpub2.com. They'll probably have it listed in there. Because I saw it when I was looking through spells, I happened to see it. And I thought that's like an odd name for a spell.
Ah, it's Tasha's hideous laughter.
No.
I was wondering. I was just kind of curious what it was. Yep, Tasha's hideous laughter.
Page 280.
Yep, I see it.
Oh, okay. Yep. There you go.
I was just curious what it was.
Now, your other one was.
I love this spell.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. 1 action, 10 feet, up to an hour.
So basically,
one of the magical effects. If you cast this, yeah, but it doesn't explain who does what. Whether I need to see if I cast it or whether someone needs to save against it.
Well, we would have to save against it.
I would assume so. Yes, in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But it does. It says it's a transmutation cantrip, whatever that means.
So transmutation means they physically appear.
Yes, I'm just trying to figure out whether that would relate to wisdom, intelligence, or charisma.
Yeah, but there's some stuff under it that you create a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that can fill your hand and last until the end of your next turn.
Right. So if I hold my hand under my crotch, I can't make a ball sack appear there in my hand.
No, you definitely can, and it's not a matter.
It's going to end after the turn, but
it's a 1 hour duration. So basically, as long as your hand
ball sack.
So if you move your hand, your ball sack moves with it.
Yeah.
For 1 hour.
I don't really care. I just want him to see my ball sack at the instant and just
Okay, let's do it. Let's roll.
It's an
honestly, I'll put my hand right to Fernando's face right afterwards.
It's just a spell that you just cast, Robbie. There's no resisting it or anything else like that.
Wow. Okay. So I have.
There is no resistance. We just see it.
I got some balls, dude. They're right here. They're right here. They're big ass balls for my. Sorry.
So Robbie,
John's in chat. He's going balls.
Oh, Johnny.
Except for I'm a midget woman, John, and I have
suddenly have balls.
Big balls in my hand.
Midget woman with big balls.
We spent entirely too much time on that.
Okay, so my whole point of what I was trying to do with this, trying to give Fernando a little taste of how a scenario would go.
A little taste of my balls. How do you like that taste, Fernando?
You scare me, man.
Okay, so Fernando, you kind of got an idea how this flows. So now this was more of a interaction type thing. This wasn't, this isn't how the whole game goes. There's often more times where you'll interact with an NPC or interact with monsters or environments. It depends on the campaign. It depends on the adventure. Sometimes adventures are more action-packed, where you're fighting everything, from the get-go, and you're just, you're.
If we get into a fight, it turns into more turn-based. Like it's very important whose turn is that we take turns in order, and there's initiative, and everybody has their own turn. The monsters as well as us, and each of us. I don't know how Joe does it, whether you do party initiative or player initiative or whatever, it doesn't matter. But it becomes very more turn-based. Whereas here it was a little more free-form. Someone wanted to skip a turn and not necessarily do something, then you could just go ahead and do something. I mean, it didn't necessarily, it wasn't really dependent upon everyone acting in turn. Whereas if you're in a fight, it gets more dependent because you don't want to skip a turn and miss hitting somebody or contributing to the fight, I guess.
To the fight, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But it's not any different than what we did. It's just longer, basically. Just takes a little bit longer to handle a fight and see who's going in order and that sort of stuff.
But in reality, there's not a whole lot of talking during a fight like we were doing now.
Right.
Like, it'll be quick. Like, if I see something because my perception's higher, I'm going to look over the battlefield because I'm a distance fighter. If I see something, I can yell it to you really quick during my turn.
Okay.
Something to keep in mind is with Ben is that because he's a magic user, he doesn't have as high a hit points as we do. So he's going to want to tend to hang around in the back, and we kind of want to protect him in that respect. He's not going to be up front leading the charge by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, heck no.
Right.
And you better not take Runt with you.
No.
My boy.
No, that's not to say Runt won't run up in there and try to be up front.
I hope he doesn't, because if he dies, I get injured.
DM discretion.
I'm Runt.
He is Runt.
Runt's my boy.
I'll tell you right now, hands down, that was the best decision ever. Was the fact that we made him Runt, man.
I like it.
It's going to be comical. It's going to be awesome.
And the best part is, I actually know what he's saying.
He's going to get us into so much freaking trouble. It's not even funny.
Well, I am Runt.
What, Joe?
Said I am Runt.
Yeah, you're proud of yourself.
All right. Also, so one of the things I want to pop in here is if you do send a private chat to me and I don't see it, or or if you send one, just say PM or something like that, Joe PM or something like that.
Or hey Joe, check chat or something like that. Yeah, you don't have to tip off that because it is hard.
Yeah,
if you're not paying attention to the chat and see that somebody sent you a private message.
Exactly. So
are we gonna do it again? Same way, Google Hangouts and YouTube, or are we gonna do the Facebook chat for the messenger for the messages?
So it's actually worked out pretty good with the Google Hangouts with the group chat. If you're able to get onto your laptop or computer, that might be helpful.
Yeah.
If not, just let us know beforehand, because most of us have our phones sitting next to us, so we can use Messenger if need be.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's not an issue. I mean, we can work around it. There's plenty of technology.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious. We keep asking Fernando what he thinks. What do you think, Joe? I mean, are you comfortable with everything in the Hangouts and how it's flowing and all that sort of stuff for a couple of noobs?
Yeah, the Hangouts are. It seems like it's working well. I think that like you said, is just keeping a little bit better idea or eye on the chats. The YouTube chats, I mean, that's gonna be what it is. It's more important. The game chats are the more important points. This real-time board worked out well today for the way that we're doing it today. I want to see how it works with sharing out to multiple people and them being able to control the board too. We'll see how that works out. That might not work out well, so it might be just, hey, let's just leave it on me to move the stuff around. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, this was just a sample, worked out well.
One thing I think I'll do, Ben, you said you'll try to keep an eye on YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll try to be like party secretary. Just keep notes on everything that we've discovered and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, notes. That's typically what we did. We always had one person that kept basically all the treasure, all the
Right.
How much rope do we have? How much gold do we have?
The gold, the monsters experience, any notes that we saw, or
And I vote for not having to eat.
For not having what? I'm sorry.
The ration thing. I was never a fan of the rations where you got to remember to eat.
Oh, come on, man. I want to do encumbrance and rations and everything, the whole 9 yards, dude. I've never played a game like that where it was like full tilt. I'm just messing. For one shot, it doesn't.
We're going to have you carry everything.
For one shots, it doesn't matter.
So the dwarves.
I mean, Joe's obviously the DM here, but
right. But
no,
the dwarf's going to carry everything.
For these one shots, no, it's. I mean, it's also going to be one of those things too, where you pick up coins and everything. You're going to end up rich by the time it all ends. Now, we get into a campaign. I do typically start off the session with, all right, it's been X amount of days. You've lost this percentage of your of what coin you have in your pocket. And
rations, dude. We have to. It's like Survivor. We got to fend for ourselves.
Right, and that's kind of why I do a percentage of how much money you have on you. Hey, it costs you this much for rations. It costs you this much for housing. It costs you this much for just cost of living throughout the day. So this way, because and it's worked out well with the other groups, because then you don't have really rich players, and it also makes you kind of think about and I've had players say, what, I live in a tree. Do I have to have that amount of percentage? And I'll be like, no. Another person's like, oh, hey, I live in a temple. Do I have to have that? No. Okay, because then I have another guy who he actually tells me, hey, I give every session 10% of my earnings or whatever money I have or money I got towards an orphanage. So this way it kind of keeps you not going, oh, hey, I've got 10,000 gold pieces and I can buy this uber sword,
but I live in a pineapple under the sea.
One group I play, we do is like a corporation, and everything goes into the corporation, and you pay dues and all kinds of crap. I'm like, okay, I mean, we could do that, but in some respects, it kind of keeps it all from just going to individual gain. It goes towards a group thing and whatever. But
you can go, I want to buy a new set of boots.
I just want to like hack and slash monsters. So.
Yep. So, all right. Well, with that, I'm going to call it to an end because I know Fernando's got to get up soon, and Ben's got to get up soon. I got to get up soon.
Yep.
I'm sleeping in. Sucks to be you guys.
Thanks.
Love you too, Robbie.
Sorry, man.
So,
all right,
take a couple extra Z's for me.
Yep. So, to add on to what Robbie said, what do you guys think?
I like it.
Love it.
I'm good, dude.
All right, cool. And I look forward to having Ryan and Ricky here. It'll be good. And sometimes you're going to have fewer or less people. This is a perfect example. We had 2 people drop out. We'll still make it work.
I think I just farted on camera.
All right.
I'm doing it all night.
Well, the good news is Ryan and Ricky can catch up because they can watch the live stream. So they'll know where we were at and what little we did. They didn't miss a whole lot, but hopefully it'll be all switched on for next week.
They can watch the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
There you go. And and like I said, we'll figure out just all the different small little nuances and everything. So
ooh, maybe Ricky and Ryan were one of the 2 of the guys at the table.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Did you know?
You never know.
I don't want to return that dagger though.
Did you guys notice
where they're shinier than mine?
They're actually up on the screen.
Yeah.
If you look.
Oh. Yes, they are. Butcherman and Tanner sitting at the bar watching the fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, guys. Real quick, a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. We'll see how the next session goes. I will have emails out into the Facebook group with the Google Drives for you guys, or where you can store your characters, and then we can kind of do. I can do one-offs. Hey, this with your character, that with your character. You guys can throw questions out. Throw them in the Try and use the Facebook group, to ask questions and help. Let's help each other out.
Thank you, Joe, for all the time and effort you're putting into this, man. It's awesome.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. So thank you very much for taking the time out to help me out, guys. I really appreciate it.
Looking forward to bringing a new guy in, or a couple new guys into a wonderful world of gaming that
cracking skulls.
Fernando, I absolutely love the fact you just dove in and immediately started picking.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, honestly, yeah, Fernando, hands down. Yeah, I mean, like from the very first thing you said you wanted to do, I'm like, okay, he's got it. Yeah, it's like this is no worries whatsoever. You're like, I want to go start pickpocketing people, and I'm like, balls out, man. Just do it. Just run right in there and freaking engage it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with that by any stretch of the imagination, man. It was awesome.
Cool beans.
All right.
Well, guys. Thank you, guys. Good night, and thank you to the people who watched.
Yep.
And probably were bored out of their skulls.
We probably bored some people tonight, but thanks for joining in anyways.
Exactly.
Right.
All right,
see you guys.
Hey, one last thing. You hung up.
That's all right. What's up?
I was gonna say, since it's 3D&D, should we print our own characters?
If you want to, you go right ahead.
I was just thinking. I mean, if we decide we want our own characters, maybe we should print not the Groot. What do you call it? The Grunt.
Oh, Root or Runt. Yeah.
Runt. You should print Runt.
I'll have to print Runt myself.
Yeah, but you got to change him up a little bit.
I am putting horns on, so.
Exactly.
There you go. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but you can definitely print your character out. You can put them up on screen instead of you having your face out there. However you want to do it.
That sounds good.
There's some good websites out there. Drive Through RPG. They've got a lot of good STL models out there for minis.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, we need a resin printer for that, though, for the minis, right?
No. There's guys that are printing them on Ender 3s.
Really? They're coming out good?
Increase the size a little bit.
Yeah, you just got to make sure you find a good model that doesn't have to have a whole lot of supports.
Good deal. Sounds like a plan. All right, gentlemen.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Later, Ben.